We are always misunderstood. Creative souls living for good, but the evil beast comes cooking in, pretending to be a friend and sneaking in. Let the show begin. Let the show begin. Oh, let the show begin. Crazy and dumb, man. Man, I ain't afraid of it. I ain't for all that bullshit. When I ain't crazy and dumb, man. Enemies beware, I'm afraid of you will stop. Let's all start acting crazy and dumb, man. No fear, no tears. This is Top Gun, yeah. Acting crazy and calm down. Acting crazy and calm down. Acting crazy and calm down. Let the show begin.
What's up, my good people? It's your boy MichaelRayBower on today's Acting Crazy and Confident podcast. For the new viewers, what is this podcast? Is it even a podcast? I do not know. But it gives me something to do with my life because I live the simple life. And I'm an insecure human being. I have a lot of depression and anxiety. But every once in a while, I need to feel confident. And I need to maybe act a little crazy and say some things that I would normally reserve or keep in the back of my mind. So, this is like an alter ego for me. And I do it every once in a while. And maybe we'll get into drama. Maybe I will piss some people off, which I do just being alive. Apparently. Why does it bother me? I don't know. I was built that way. I was built that way. On today's show, I don't know, you guys drive the show, but I got a couple of ideas that we can talk about. I won't be able to show a ton of clips or videos, maybe some photos. But with my computer technology, it's very old school. I'm very blessed to have a working laptop to allow me to live stream with my issues and barriers nowadays. It just doesn't work very good. It shuts off the internet, slows everything down whenever I watch a video or something or try to react on YouTube. So, Daddy gonna make some money to buy an updated PC. But we'll talk about things that I want to do and that I dream of doing maybe a little bit as the show progresses. I want to thank everybody for coming on early and saying hello. So quickly, I just want to say to the first person, I think it's a bot. Everybody that's the first person that says hello in the chat room after I create the link or whatever. But we got Ryan B-F2D saying hi. Hi. Appreciate you. Then we got the chat room familiars, and I will pay attention to members only chat and super chat because I need some fucking money. That's right. If you guys want to call this e-begging, I'm e-begging. But no, I could definitely use some money. I'm struggling these next couple months because I recently got a car, and a lot of the issues in my life revolved around travel and health. And I was recently blessed with a car from a car guru that went out and bought me a car at an auction. And I ended up, how much? Well, I don't want to give the specifics because people tend to get into, we need to know. But this car guru got me a working vehicle for a really decent price. And I only paid like 30% of it. So I was gifted a car, basically. And that is one of the biggest blessings in my life. I've had so many blessings. I cannot tell you how humble I am enough for the amazing people. And the only reason that I think people are still continuously supporting me and being amazing and blessing me with their time, their work, their efforts is because I'd like to think it's because I'm truthful, I'm humble, I'm grateful. Maybe not because I'm a 90s icon, as it says down below. But yeah, I've been able to travel a little bit more, get out of the house. But now I have a bunch of more health issues that I have to work on. It's a scary process. Very fucking scary. But you know what? If you have to reach this point to live life and move forward, that's what I'm trying to do. So that's enough for the sympathy. On the beginning of the show, I just wanted to say thank you all. And now I'm going to get a little ruthless, say some bad words, do some probably irresponsible stuff, maybe get clipped by the clippers. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. We're also going to talk about some cool issues, I think. There's a CHRISSY MAYR quartering drama on YouTube that I wanted to chime in about because I've had interactions with some of these people. Maybe I'm going to call them out. I don't normally like to do that. I don't normally like to get involved in drama. But every once in a while, I got to talk my shit from my perspective and give my opinions and my thoughts, even though it ain't worth a bag of fucking beans. My thoughts and opinions. Nobody wants to hear, opinions from a 51-year-old 90s icon that's struggling in life, living in a studio apartment. But I guarantee you, there's a few people that do. So we're going to cater to these amazing people. That being said, I wanted to let everybody know that please hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. Consider becoming a member of this channel for some early and exclusive content. And I have some pretty cool exclusive content, even though I still don't know how to edit correctly. And I'm making thumbnails with AI and music with AI. And I'm an actor, and I shouldn't be liking AI. It's taking away jobs and all that. You know, that's what they all say. But now it's adding a little bit of creativity to my life. So I'm enjoying it. Am I afraid it's going to take over the world like Terminator? Skynet is already on fucking line. They just haven't opened up the gates yet. And there's actually a real Skynet. You guys need to look it up. But please become a member of this channel for exclusive stuff. It's only $2. It's only $2. Sorry about that. I'm starting to add content to the top tier members as well, even days earlier. But I think I'm making some cool stuff. Went out and filmed a couple of videos, filming locations and stuff like that. I also made a food video, and it's a cool title. I went with a clickbait title. Broke actors balling on a budget. And I revealed stuff into the title. I made a clickbait title. I mean, I talk about everything in the title. So is that clickbait? I don't fucking know. Isn't clickbait when you talk about something? I mean, when you write a title and it's not in the video? Is it clickbait to write a title of something you do and talk about in the video? You guys let me know. I do not know. Got a lot of issues with YouTube with my thought process. I don't understand anything anymore. But I made a video called Broke Actors Balling on a Budget. It's available for lower tier members at the moment, and it'll be public on Friday. Friday, gonna be public on Friday. We're gonna wait for the weekend, and DonkeyLips is gonna post his Broke Actors Balling on a Budget video because it's Friday, gonna get public on Friday. You guys remember that fucking song? I do. That shit was great. That shit was great. I love that song. That girl went through a lot of controversy, but I love that song. I can't explain it. It's kind of like Tom Jones. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone. When you're dancing, I'm fucking crazy today. I'm in a half manic mood. Just another manic Tuesday. Man, all these songs are coming back. Hey, but so guys, check out that video if you feel like it. Become a member, check it out. Also, I posted another video. Right now, it's for top tier members. Maybe some of you guys are interested in it. And it'll be for regular members on Friday. Gotta get down on it. It'll be for regular members on Friday. But it's a continuation of that video that I just put on called Broke Actors Balling on a Budget. I have no clue. Oh, here's where the thumbnail is. Sorry, guys. I'm producing and trying to add photos at the same time. So in continuation of the Broke Actors Balling on a Budget video, I created a new cooking video. All the Dabbleverse people and the Onion people, oh, I wish he would do cooking videos again and talk about that. I mean, I kind of did a cooking video. I tell some stories. It was a long day the other day of filming, but it was good. I was being productive. It's a blessing. It's a good thing for my life. Whether there's editing and music in the background or not, there's not. I don't know how to do all that stuff right now. I don't have an editing program that I understand and know. But I did download iMovie that will now take my quick little videos that I filmed and put it all together as one video. And it only takes like a minute. Again, there's no edits, but there's transitions. There's no music in the background. But hey, thank you, iMovie, for helping a struggling person who's possibly losing his hearing, his vision. Thank you, iMovie, for creating a program where I can edit real quickly. Somewhat edit, just puts the clips together. And then AI creates the thumbnails that are kind of cool. And then now I've been looking up viral thumbnails or titles. That's right. I am now writing on Gemini or AI, whichever one it is. There's so many AIs. There's SORA, there's this. They all got different names. It's all a community. It's all a big club, and we ain't invited. But you know what? Now I'm asking for viral titles to my videos because I'm hoping to get viral. Again, how viral can I get? More than 1,000 views is viral to me nowadays in my life. Are you still trying to stay relevant, DonkeyLips? Yes, I am. Because with 1,000 views, I think I get like $5 to $8 on a video. So if I do a video a day, it's $8 a day added to my money to pay bills. Then if I get a donation or a subscriber, I could possibly make $10 a day on YouTube. That's not bad when you consider 30 days, $300. But all the Dabbleverse people, the Kevin Brennans, I'm number one. I make so much money. You only made $30 on your live stream for 3 hours. That's an average of $10 an hour. You're a piece of shit. Fucking judgment from these fucking people, right? You know, just because they're, doing decent. Why you have to judge other people for just even trying to make $10? And speaking of $10, that's my budget battle on my video for the air fryer chicken taco quesadillas. I should have wrote tacadillas. So check that video out. It's for top tier members till Friday. Then I got the other broke actors balling on a budget bid. Blah, 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 blah. Video for regular members of the broke actors balling on a budget. I'm trying to do content to the best of my abilities. A lot of people keep questioning me and asking me, why do you even post stuff like that? You're not going to be respected anymore. You shouldn't tell them all your information. You shouldn't tell the world your truth. I ain't got much, but I know I love you. You and me are what we need to know. It's how I was built. I am no aware. That's what I am. I'm no aware. Look it up. That's how I lead my life. Look up the term. All right. I just wanted to say happy Mother's Day to all the Mother's Day people out there that are mothers doing the best they can. That is my mother on screen. She's currently in the hospital. Regardless of relationships with your family, your parents, let's all wish everybody good health, good spirits, good love, good life. And I'm sure my family, my mother could use some prayers. But happy Mother's Day, Mom. We have had a tough journey. We were not always there for each other. But as life goes along, we're doing our best. And now we all come together later in life. And I'm hoping to make a visit. I know you're far away. Hopefully I can get some money, go out there and hang out with you guys, in that beautiful country. Not another country, but like the area in America. Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful people out there as well. And if you're a mother and you're watching the show, thank you. And like I said, hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. Consider becoming a member of the channel for early exclusive content. And during the show, if you feel like donating and supporting your boy, and if I'm entertaining you and you feel like donating in a different way, if I've earned any of that, hit me up on PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. It will be on the screen at the bottom during the show. And I have a goal today. If you guys want to hit it, I'm hoping to get $100 total. I doubt it. Let me get this thing on the screen. But I doubt it. But hey, the reason why I'm trying to get a goal, I'll explain in a second. But I got to thank my boy Brent Mania, my moderator, my brother from another mother, saying hello, always being on the live stream as best as possible. Thank you for the pictures of your adventures recently, Brent. Hanging out with your family. They were beautiful. I appreciate you. And I'm so proud of you for getting out there and spreading your goodness and your kindness with the world. Don't let the anxiety, the depression, and the bullshit get to you. This is the Acting Crazy and Confident podcast show. Fuck everybody. Fuck them all. Fuck them all with a dildo. See, I don't know. I told you I was going to get a little weird today. Going to get a little weird today. All right. And I have a merchandise store. If you guys feel like going to the merchandise store, pick up shirts like this, other things like this. I also, it's not on screen or in my merch store, but if you want to hit me up in direct messages or social media, I am selling a autographed Nickelodeon Golden Age slimed book with 2 autographed photos that you can see on screen and the episodes of the show, all the episodes on a disc, because you can't get it anywhere. And all of it together is 100 bones. I told you I was trying to get $100. But I got the autographed slime book by me. I'm in the book a lot with a lot of excerpts. You'll get 2 autographed photos, a DonkeyLips photo, a cast photo, and you'll get the episodes on DVD with bonus stuff. And is it a bootleg? None of your fucking business. You ain't going to find it anywhere. You ain't going to find it anywhere. Because it'll never be available. Well, it's on streaming. It's on Paramount. No, it's not. No, it's not. There's only 12 or 13 episodes on streaming services. I don't even think they own or have the copyright or the legal for the other 13 videos. I don't know. It's a conspiracy. So the only way you're going to find it is through eBay and other sources like that for the episodes. Maybe on the Wayback Machine. I think it's on the Wayback Machine or archive.org. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. So if you guys are interested in the autographed slime book, the 2 autographed photos, and the episodes on a disc, hit me up in DMs or check my website. Maybe later today it'll be on my merchandise store. But I'm needing to make a few bucks before the end of the month. So if you guys feel like getting some cool stuff and supporting me, I appreciate it. All right, we'll leave it at that. I want to get to your guys' chat. I love you guys. But like I said, I'm paying more attention right now to members and super chats. And this is the beginning of the show where I'm going to talk for 25 minutes about nothing and nonsense and say hello to some freaking amazing people out there. I recently had the pleasure of hanging out with a fan and a friend. We went down and did filming locations while they were in town. And she's in our chat room a lot. And we went to Hollyweird saw the Walk of Fame, did some amazing things. So I just wanted to shout you out. I am sassy and classy. Big Sarah Osborne is her name. And thank you so much for brightening my days, my spirits, and being such a kind human being and just helping me or inspiring me to get out, get some exercise, see the sights, even though I'm hurting. I appreciate that. You're amazing. And I might make a video soon because I have a bunch of clips of us filming locations. We went to like Wonder Year's house, the Back to the Future place where Marty McFly played. You're just too damn loud when he was trying to become the high school band. We went to the Wonder Year's house, the Brady Bunch house, the Back to the Future location, a couple of Back to the Future locations. We watched the movie while she was down here. What was it called? I don't know. I did a review on it a couple of days ago on the video. I'm just blanking right now. But thank you very much, Sarah. Better days ahead for all of us. But thank you all. And if you're coming down in town and you would like to hang out with me and maybe take me out and we can go to a restaurant and hang out. If you guys would like to do that, please hit me up on social media or DMs. And maybe we can make that happen because I'd be honored to meet each and every single one of you. And I truly appreciate that. Hey, and this was funny. I just got a new member and I was actually about to promote some events in the future. We got Flagstaff CreepyCon. What's up, Flagstaff CreepyCon? That's right. This is a convention in Flagstaff, Arizona. And I was just about to advertise it on all my episodes, hopefully get some people. I am going to Arizona at Flagstaff CreepyCon. I am going to Arizona, and it's basically my first convention outside of California since 2015. And anybody in the Arizona area, tickets are available. The website is on screen. FlagstaffCreepyCon.com. I'm new to this whole world, even though I've done a couple of events on the East Coast, and I got another event on the East Coast. I believe it's in, is it August? But this is in October. I think it's October 10th. In Arizona, Flagstaff, Arizona, FlagstaffCreepyCon.com. Come check it out. You know, I can maybe earn a few bucks, but I can more importantly hang out with some amazing people and just tell you how much I appreciate you. Even the trolls. Trolls are going to do what they do, just like raiders are going to raider. You know, it's just what we do. But thank you so much for becoming a new member, Flagstaff CreepyCon. Check out their YouTube, their websites. Hit them up. Tickets are available now. You guys can check out the roster of actors that are signing on daily. And it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. It's my first actual convention outside of California since 2015. I'm doing other things, but they're not a convention so far. They're events. So this is a convention. Yeah, we love it. Thank you, CreepyCon. And a friend sent me this on social media and DMs. They went out and bought the Zeke the Plumber t-shirt, the Nickelodeon official 30 years ago t-shirt, 20 years ago, whatever it was, that came with a Nickelodeon pack. She sent me the picture, you know, just to represent. So I wanted to say that. But hey, get your Zeke the Plumber merchandise and a couple of t-shirts from my website. Again, but that's still really, really cool. That's official Nickelodeon merchandise from 20 years ago. There will never be any more official Nickelodeon Salute Your Shorts merchandise that I know of. So you got to get it where you can. And while I was doing the tour or hanging out with my friend that came from out of state, we took the picture of the Warner Brothers logo. I filmed Friends there. I want to do the tour. I haven't been able to do it. I want to do the tour. But you guys remember Animaniacs? I think that Warner Brothers water tower is pretty famous. Animaniacs. Pretty cool, man. Have you guys visited Warner Brothers Studio? Have you done the tour? They got the Batman car, Batman wardrobe, the Batman suit, and a lot of other things from Warner Brothers movies. But it's a little too expensive for me at the moment. But man, I want to do it and I want to make a video of it, and that'd be really damn awesome. But I filmed Friends there. They used to have a place like a street away called the Warner Brothers Ranch. I was hanging out on the set of Growing Pains. That was done at the ranch. And I was hanging out with Leo. And they were also filming Roseanne, I believe, on that stage at the Warner Brothers Ranch. It's now gone. It's fucking gone. The Warner Brothers Ranch is gone. They tore it down. It had the Lethal Weapon house. It had the pool from National Lampoon's Vacation, where they did the nighttime pool scene, or other pool movies. Again, there's better videos online, the Warner Brothers Ranch and the locations, but man, that place was awesome. That place is awesome. It was the gas station in Young Sheldon. So I don't know, man, it's just really, really cool. It's just really sad to know that Hollywood is dying. Everything's dying. We have CBS Radford is disappearing. That's a film set out here, or film location out here. It's a studio lot where they filmed, I think it was Jay and Silent Bob in front of the tower at CBS Radford. I used to park there, go to do auditions. I filmed The Millers there. I forgot what other projects I filmed at CBS Radford and Warner Brothers. It's been 2 or 3. The Goonies stage was at Warner Brothers Ranch. The big stage where they built One-Eyed Willie's pirate ship. Hey, what's up, Willie? You get it? What's up, Willie? What's up, little Willie? But man, that place is down, and it just saddened my soul. And then I've been watching a lot of videos of locations of the San Fernando Valley, because that's where I grew up. That's where I'm currently living. And there's a lot of locations that are disappearing. We just had Valley Plaza, a famous plaza, a shopping mall that was built in the 50s. It had John F. Kennedy campaigning there and a bunch of other people like in the 50s. And now it is being broken down. And they just recently filmed that TV series that went to Las Vegas, that video game show. I forgot the name of it, man. They live in a vault, and then they come out of the vault, and then they go to Las Vegas. I can't think of the name of the show. I should probably look at your comments. But they recently filmed that entire, the entire last season of that show. Fallout. That's the name of it. They filmed that entire thing in front of the movie theater in Valley Plaza. It used to become a dollar theater. They had dollar hot dogs when it was going downhill. They filmed the movie with, I forgot her name. My brain is not functioning correct. I'm in a manic mood. But long story short, man, they filmed Fallout there recently, about last year, and it's in throughout. It what doubles for Las Vegas, where they fight the monsters, and there's a triangle behind all of them. And that's the movie theater that I grew up in, that I went to. I was waiting in line with my dad at the Valley Plaza movie theater. I was waiting to see Return of the Jedi, or Revenge of the Jedi, if you know what I'm saying. But I was waiting in line with my dad, man, for the next showing. And we had to wait like hours before the next showing. And then some dude comes out. And I'm giving a spoiler alert for people who haven't watched Star Wars. Some dude comes out and just yells out, "Oh man, I can't believe Darth Vader is Luke's father. I can't believe Darth Vader is Luke's father." I don't know how old I am at this point. It's probably 1983. I'm probably 8 or 9 years old. Well, I was born in 75, so I'm 8 years old. I'm like, huh? Huh? I didn't really understand it at the time, but I heard it. And I was like, oh, what is this guy talking about? What is he talking about? Then we're watching the damn movie. And then in the middle of the movie, right at the scene where the AT-AT has the two wooden trees that hit it from the middle, the damn film burns up. So they stop the movie. They have to edit or do something, put the film together and start it again. It took 20 fucking minutes. That was my Return of the Jedi Star Wars adventure. And then when Darth Vader said, and it's a Mandela effect, "No, Luke, I am your father," I went, that's what that dude is talking about. But everybody in the audience is like, oh, fuck, because they all heard it when they were waiting in line. And now it became reality. I'm sure they were hoping it was just somebody saying something that wasn't truthful, but it became reality. So there's a couple of stories that I just wanted to get out there about whatever in my life. Also, another amazing friend of mine, Charlotte Michelle Rich on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. She dressed up as Leia and she does like Disneyland streams. And she walked around Disneyland and they had Star Wars Day. And I actually watched on YouTube a lot of the Star Wars Day Disneyland walkathons. They did a bunch of events. They had like, everybody was allowed to cosplay. Everybody was allowed to cosplay. How amazing is that? Then they had so many events that were Star Wars themed for May the 4th. I thought it was really, really cool to watch some of the live streams and what they were doing. And they did special things at midnight. They had special shows. I have not visited Star Wars Land since it was created at Disneyland. So Charlotte, you know Disneyland, you know Star Wars Land. I'm really hoping one day I can afford a damn ticket, probably $100. But I'm gonna go in a wheelchair, because I can barely walk a lot, man. But hey, if you want to push me around in a wheelchair and show me Star Wars Land and I can test out those rides, that'd be awesome, Charlotte. And we could film a video. DonkeyLips goes to Disneyland. D2D. It sounds like a porn term. I just wanted to give you a shout out, Charlotte. And you look so hot. I love the Princess Leia looks, especially Slave Leia back in the days. I love women. Y'all are beautiful. Y'all are beautiful. I don't want to get cringy with it right now. But man, see me tonight in those outfits. Yeah. And my good friend 80s Life is throwing an event where they're going to have a cast reunion for the 40th anniversary of Thrashin'. It's an extravaganza and art show in Simi Valley on August 29th. Sponsored by Madrid Skateboards. That's the skateboard that Marty McFly has. The Voltaire Madrid skateboard in Back to the Future. And the Madrid skateboards are all throughout the movie Thrashin' with Josh Brolin from the 80s. So they're having a 40th anniversary. Wow. I don't really remember that movie. I wasn't a skater. I was more a BMX biker. I had a bike with pegs on it. But check out 80s Life YouTube channel or his Instagram for further information. Just write it, one word, 80s Life. It might be 80s Life Forever. You'll find them. But I remember movies like Rad, and I had a BMX bike that my father bought me. It was a Schwinn Predator. I'm pretty sure it was purple and pink. And then I bought pegs for it for the front and the back tires. I had a rotor where I could turn the damn steering wheel around, and I started to do some damn tricks. I learned how to bunny hop. on the bike. We would bunny hop a brick, a curb. A bunny hop is where you take the front of the bike, you lift it up, then you hop the back up, and you go forward. So we started with a brick, a curb. Then we started putting like bigger things, like a bucket, depending on how high you can get. Then we started bunny hopping people. Soylent Green is people. It's people. We started bunny hopping people. That's how the 90s were. We didn't give a fuck about injuries and being safety and nothing. That's how the 80s and 90s were. People would lie down on their back and allow a 250-pound teenager to bunny hop their entire body. Boop. Boop. How many times did the back tire hit these people in the ribs? I know for a fact quite a few times, because my fat ass didn't know how to bunny hop perfectly. Memories are great, man. How many of you are born and raised in the 80s or 90s? Let me know in the chat room. I will get into the chat in a minute or two. But we have to respect super chats that are coming in. So I will do that in a second. And I'm not looking forward to this super chat. But hey, I will do the respect and talk about it in just a second. But I have a goal today. My goal is for $100 if we can get it, because I want to go to a concert Friday night for a band called The Midnight. Many of you may not know who this band is. I'm going to try to get it up on screen, and I will get to the super chats and your actual comments in just a second. But I'm flowing, baby. I'm flowing. I'm talking. I don't know what concept I'm doing, but I'm doing it. And again, Brent Mania, thank you for the PayPal donation. I just saw it as something else popped up on my screen. God bless you, brother. I am so appreciative. All right. Hopefully my computer doesn't go out. Every time I do this, it gets a little wonky. But I'm hoping to get $100 before Friday. Not through YouTube. I'd prefer it to be through PayPal or Venmo. You know, I'm trying to earn my money. But I want to go to a concert on Friday for The Midnight. I want to go to the concert of the synthesizer 80s band. I want to go to the 80s synthesizer band of The Midnight. I want to film a video. But the last couple of concerts I've went to, my camera, the audio goes really bad during the video. See, my computer's getting wonky. See, my computer's getting really wonky. All right, guys. I'm sorry about that. Anytime I try to pick up a Google page or a video or a website, my computer and my internet slows down, goes really wonky. They probably want me to pay for it, but I'm hoping to try to make $100 to buy a ticket to the Midnight, the concert from the band called The Midnight. You guys can look them up at a later time. I've played their songs on these episodes or some of these shows before. And I'm thinking about doing a series called The Midnight at Midnight. Ugh. It's such a travesty the way my internet acts up whenever I have any Google pages or any website up there. So taking it off, We're just going to do a show of, can I do a whole show with me just talking, sharing a couple of photos? We're going to find out. Am I as talented as Stuttering John? We're going to find out. Probably not. Probably not. But long story short, I want to go see the concert of the band called The Midnight. And I think I'm going to do a video series, maybe every week or two, where I'm going to listen to the songs. I know they'll be copywritten. And I'm just going to react to a couple of songs. I'm going to call that video because I'm awake at midnight a lot. So I'm going to call that video The Midnight at Midnight. But I'm hoping to go to the concert. But I don't think I'm going to have enough funds to do it. But hey, such is in life. So I can watch their concerts online from other places. But man, that lifestyle of mono no aware, I want you guys to look up that meaning. Because during the concert, that one of them that I watched for the band called The Midnight, that band gives me all the feelings, the emotions of the 80s, the 90s, of memories. And they are currently my favorite band right now. Not of all time, but it's just at my life at this point, I need to listen to The Midnight. Everything they sing about, I understand, and their emotions and everything. And they should be featured in a fucking movie. Like, I had the thought, again, if I had the money or the will, or the power or the strength or the energy, all of their songs, you can relive all the emotions and understand everything they're talking about love, lost, running away, seeking a future in life. You know, where you're at is where you are. And you have to live in the moment, live in the now, the mono no aware lifestyle. And remember the Led Zeppelin movie where they made a movie with all the songs? We don't need no education. Boom, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum. No dark sarcasms in the classroom. Boom, ba-dum, dum. Hey, teacher! Hey, PDF files, leave them kids alone. But that was like a whole concert movie. Have they, besides Taylor Swift and a couple of others, like pop culture like that, I want to make a midnight movie. Their songs should be in a movie viral moment. All the 80s movies, the love stories, their songs can fit in any scene. So composers and film producers and music producers of movies and whatever they're called, I forgot the name of them, what they're called, that creates the soundtracks, y'all need to look up The Midnight. You can get them for a very cheap price. Put them in your movie. Independent films, put them in your movie. But my dream, I had the thought the other night, I had a religious moment. I want to make a fucking concert movie of The Midnight. I want to do that. I want to film it. Like, have actors or everybody act out their stories, but in a movie form with their songs playing. And a little bit of acting in between their songs. It would be like a concert movie for The Midnight. I don't know. It inspired me, made me think really good. I've been enjoying their concerts. Please check them out, guys, online if you feel like doing it. I can't explain it. A lot of you might be like me, a very emotional human being. People call us crybabies. You're like a girl. Yeah, whatever. I have tits, so I'm sure I'm like a woman. I'm sure I got estrogen somewhere in my body. I'm not the alpha. Sorry, Ethan Ralph. I'm not the alpha like you are. All right. So let's get back to some super chats that I'm dreading on talking about. And let's see where the show leads us from this point. Thank you guys for putting up with me for a little bit. Oh, we have to air this video real quickly too. And this is something that makes me happy, but also bothers me. And I'll explain why it bothers me in a second. But the actors from Hey Dude have a podcast. And they recently had Danny Cooksey, the actor from My Salute Your Shorts, on. The Budnick, they had him on. And they interviewed him and talked about his movie and his careers. And they made a little clip of our Nickelodeon theme song. So I wanted to air that. But then I'm going to talk about why I'm a little bit upset. It's a personal thing of why I'm upset. And I can't blame anybody else. But it's really hurtful. And this is kind of how my life has been. And why I made videos that said nobody understands me. And everything I do or say is taken in a different manner. You know, everything that I do or say is taken in a different manner. And Eddie Cantu, I saw your message, man. I'll hit you up at another time. In case you're still watching. I saw your message. I'll hit you up at another time. But let's just watch this video. And let me just release some anger for a minute after. And then I'm going to get to your comments, your super chats. I promise you guys I will respect you as much as possible. Then we'll get into some drama and some bullshit. And we're just having a acting crazy and confident show.
It was camp on. What was the theme song? It was camp on.
We hold you in our hearts.
And when we think about you, it makes me wanna fart.
It's I hope we never part. Now get it right or pay the price.
Now we will share a lifetime of the fondest memories. By the lake of Bonawara, sat in the old pine trees.
Camp on. We've called you in our hearts.
But when we think
The thing came apart.
Think I wanna speak, I wanna live, I wanna.
Yeah,
And then I said, it was, I think we were the only theme song with fart in the lyrics, which,
Yes.
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 So Nickelodeon on
Perfectly
brand.
on brand.
So there's the name of the podcast. Hey Dude, the 90s called. They're doing amazing things. Check them out on Instagram, their website, the clips, everything. And I recently met them. Well, I've known Christina on a few different occasions. And the other actors, I kind of barely met them for the first time. A couple years back when we were trying to do a Nickelodeon convention that went to shit. The agents and everybody else like scammed everybody. So we had to throw an arcade event in North Hollywood where a bunch of the Nickelodeon actors that were supposedly going to be at the convention, we invited the fans that were scammed or whatever to hang out with a lot of us. You guys might remember some of the videos. But that's where I met pretty much the entire cast of Hey Dude. And they became friends with all us Salute Your Shorts people, a lot of Nickelodeon people that were there as well. They were networking. And then now it's been a year or so later, maybe a year and a half. I'm not quite exactly sure. And on their podcast, they've interviewed, for the most part, almost everybody that they met that night, except me. Again, it's their choice. They can do what they want to do. But I have a feeling it hurts. I'm just going to be honest. It hurts. It hurts. Because I respect them and everything they've done. And I tried to befriend them and become friends with them. And I'm so proud of them. They're doing amazing podcasts and stuff like that. But for the life of me, they must have a bad image of me. Just like a lot of friends in my real life, a lot of other people, because of my manic energy or whatever I say or do, if it's not always correct, or because I'm a conspiracy theorist, or I make videos talking about anxiety, or I'm basically all over the place. I'm not really perfectly consistent, but I'm full of heart, kindness, love, transparency. And I'm full of stories. I would be lying to you if I don't notice these things. Some of these people, even actor friends of mine growing up for many years that I think I'm friends with, and people close to me, agents, managers, and business people and other, they tend not to invite me to dinners. They tend not to invite me out. Whatever image they have of me is incorrect. That's why in a video about a week ago or whatever, I made a video saying nobody understands me. No matter what I say or do, it comes off wrong. It comes off incorrect. And this has happened to me my entire career with movies and meeting famous actors. And, you know, they would go on to make movies or TV shows after. And everybody that met, like, for example, in Evolution, everybody that met in the movie I did, Evolution, David Duchovny got a film deal. Sean William Scott got a 3-picture deal with Universal Studios, and they brought back Ethan, the actors that played with me, and they brought back David for cameos and other people for cameos in their projects. Nobody calls me. Nobody calls me. It hurts. It fucking hurts. It makes me feel like I'm a lonely person, which I am. But it makes me feel like not loved, not wanted, not respected. And these feelings have been overwhelming me. And I'm tired of biting my tongue. I know I should just call these people and be like, hey, what about me? But then I don't want them to feel hijacked where they have to lie, because they'll never tell the truth. They think it'll hurt me. Oh, you know, you're a little bit too weird for us. Well, how am I weird? What bothers you? What did I do? Well, we can't be associated with people like you. You're a little controversial. You know, you're a little bit depression. You know, you shared too much of your life. You know, you don't act like a professional celebrity or an actor. You know, you're always online complaining, talking. That means I'm different. Doesn't mean I'm better. It means I'm different. And I love people like me. I think I'm accepting of people that are never accepted. And I feel not accepted. And it hurts. It fucking hurts. So, but I'm still going to promote them. I'm still going to say, check out all these podcasts for the 90s. And there's a lot of conventions that are not even inviting me, but they're inviting other Salute Your Shorts cast members. And even some of the Salute Your Shorts actors. I have a weird feeling they don't like to be around me. Maybe I'm too controversial or they don't understand me. But I could say the same for them. I don't like a lot of shit the other people do. But I'm the bad guy. Call me the new Stuttering John. I'm the bad guy. But check them out. Hey, dude, the 90s called. And I'd be lying if I didn't say I get hurt. A lot of people have left me, whether it be conspiracies, my COVID thoughts, my anxiety, depression. I always end up alone. So that's where I like to be. That's why I live the mono, no aware lifestyle. All right, let me get to some super chats. Appreciate you guys for hanging in there. And I'll check out a couple of chats as well. But first off, wanted to say hello. We got a few people joining in. We got the amazing Buffy the Vampire actor and theater actor, Adam Bush online. How you doing, Adam? Hopefully you're blessed and well. Colin Madden, Working Arch, Dialysis Warriors Online, Hired Greek. Christina's online. What's up, Christina? I saw your text message. I just haven't had a chance to read it. I'll read it later. Thank you guys for tuning in. Lacey Cooksey's online. Yay. All right, let's get to the super chats that I'm dreading, because I know there's going to be a couple of drama-related Dabbleverse type of troll topics, but hey, whatever. So we got Flagstaff CreepyCon as a new member. Thank you, Flagstaff. Again, I will be appearing there. Adam Bush, maybe you can join that as well. I'm sure they'd love to have you. Hit up Flagstaff CreepyCon, Adam, if you're available in Arizona. That's a pretty cool convention, man. I'd be honored to meet you there as well. Now we got the Jake Tucker saying, rest in peace, Mike Red Bar David just announced. Well, again, this is somebody that I have an issue with in my life that has caused me a lot of trauma and pain. And yeah, it hurts. But I don't wish death or health issues on anybody, even the worst people. A lot of people liked him. And if this is true, then let's be honest, it's sad news. I'm sure he has a couple of loved ones, people that loved him. A couple. I'm not one of them. I mean, I love everybody to a certain extent, but a lot of pain for me. But if this is true, again, it's sad. It's sad. I'm not going to be what people think I should be for somebody that's caused me a lot of pain and trauma and doxed me and played pranks on my agents, my managers, my family, personal, really attacks. People want me to dog on and be like, good, you karma's a bitch. That ain't gonna be me. That ain't gonna be me. I don't want to die. So why would I wish death upon anybody? So that's really, really sad. And let's be honest, whether I agree with his talent or his comedy, or if it is comedy or his podcasting, the guy had skills. The guy had skills. His artwork and his designs and his layout and all that, it was just second to none. Him becoming a shock jock. I think he tried to have a comedy club at one point in his career, but he made enemies. And he always wanted to be famous. There's no problem with that. And he took it out on other people, and he acted like he didn't like other people, but he actually liked them. So it's really sad. It's really sad. It's really sad. His wife, I think her name is Jules. I'm sure she's sad. I don't know if they ever had any children, but they're in pain. So rest in peace is all I can say. Dialysis Warrior for $1. How you doing? How you doing? How you feeling? Are you dancing like you are in the picture? Dancing is a way of life. Appreciate you so much. We got Dennis Michaels coming in. What's up, Dennis Michaels? Does Bowling for Soup hook you up with free tickets when they are in town? No. To be quite honest with you, man, my friend, one of my best friends, directed their 3 or 4 of their videos, and he put me as a cameo in those 3 or 4 videos. I forgot the videos' names. I think it was 1984, The Girl All the Bad Guys Want, High School Never Ends. I think it was those 3 that my friend directed, my good friend Frank Bourne. And that's where I met Bowling for Soup. And I think I took some pictures of Jared and the other members, but I don't remember talking to them a lot and really becoming friendly. I don't remember that because they were busy. They were the stars in the videos. And we had a couple of moments where they were sitting on chairs, and I'm sure I talked to a couple of the members. Forgive me for not remembering their names. There was a bigger fat guy like me. Is he on Manjaro nowadays? I don't know. Jared Jared is blown up in weight a little bit, and I have no problem with it. I just do remember him a little bit skinnier back in the days. And are they still doing concerts? I need to look them up. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun meeting that group. I didn't know much about them till I met them. And the funniest thing is, this is a cool story about Bowling for Soup and my friend Frank Bourne. But okay, so there's an actress. She was in the original Fred Durst song video called, I think it's called Break Stuff, or it might be, it's all about the he said, she said bullshit. I forget the names of the Fred Durst songs. But there's a music video from Fred Durst and his band that Bowling for Soup recreated in the Girl All the Bad Guys Want music video. You guys can look it up. But in that Girl All the Bad Guys Want music video that Bowling for Soup made, they parodied the Fred Durst music video. So they had scenes from the Fred Durst music video in the Bowling for Soup video. And I recreated a character that's like dancing kind of naked in pajama or in underwear and stuff like that, holding like a bunny plushie or something. And I forgot who the original actor was. It might have been Pauly Shore in the original Fred Durst video. So they got a Nickelodeon actor to recreate that. But the girl in the Fred Durst music video, she's wearing a black leather outfit. She's a hot Latina girl. Here's the funny part about the Bowling for Soup music video. I was dating her or getting to know her in real life. She was working for Power 106 as an actress, as an entertainer for Power 106, a local radio station out here with Big Boy. She wasn't working with Big Boy, but she was like the street team. But she was also in the Fred Durst music video as that hot Latina girl. So I started going out with her. I guess you can call it dating. I don't want to put words into people's mouths, but we were hanging out and spending a lot of time together. And this opportunity to be in the Bowling for Soup music video came around, and my friend, the director, explained the concept of the video, that they're making fun of the Fred Durst music video. And then I was telling her about the opportunity for the Bowling for Soup video, and then she goes, "I'm the girl in that video." She goes, "Mike, that's me." So we watched the video and everything, and I'm like, "Oh my God." So then I called my director friend. I go, "Frank," I go, the original actress girl, the hottie that's in the Fred Durst music video, we're really good friends. I'm not going to call her my girlfriend, but she is a girlfriend as a friend. But we're hanging out. And I'm like, "Do you want her to recreate her character in the Girls All the Bad Guys Want video?" And he's like, "This can't be real." So I sent him a picture with her, me and her. I'm like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "Oh my gosh, hell yeah. We can get you in it and we can get her in it." So she came with me. We went to the set. She recreated her part in the video in a couple of the scenes. And then I did my little parody version. It was so freaking awesome. It was so freaking awesome. Life sometimes is funny the way things work out in the most simplest terms, and some amazing people that I've had adventures with. So there's my Bowling for Soup story. Thank you guys for the super chats. I appreciate you. Hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. Colin Madden, how you doing, brother? You still dabbling? Boy, get away from that Dabbleverse as best as possible. I know they pull you in. They do to me. But, got to stay away. Don't get involved. Remember that Pink Floyd song that went, "Hey, hey, mama, see the way you move? Gonna make you sniff some good." I don't think it said it like that. It goes, "Hey, mama, with the way you move, gonna make you sweat, gonna make you move." Let's sing it with your version. You know what? I always wanted to do parody songs like Weird Al Yankovic. but not only about food, just about weird ass concepts. But I never had the energy and the passion for it. But my God, you got to respect some Weird Al. But let's sing it together with your lyrics. Hey, hey, mama, see the way you move. Gonna make you sweat. Gonna sniff some glue. Let's make up one now from my comedic brain. Hey, hey, mama, see the way you move. Gonna make you orgasm. Gonna make you swoon. Yeah, that was a bad one. Why did I go sexual? Because I'm horny. There's no problem being horny. Did you know you can lick frogs and get high? I never knew that. Never freaking knew that, y'all. Oh, Colin Madden, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate that. All right, let's check out a couple of chats. We got Waver online. What's up, Waver? Is SAG after being taken over by AI? What do you mean, the actual location? I don't know. I can't afford it. I owe SAG after money. I'm like $1,500 behind on my dues. So until I get that money, no wonder the acting jobs ain't coming. I don't know. What's up, Gypsy Magi? Good to see you. Good to see you. I don't know how far away I am. Mr. Positive Live. That's a good name, Mr. Positive Live. That's an amazing name to try to keep the positivity through the negativity. It might be like $1,330 or something like that, but I'm gonna round up to $1,500 because that's what I'm gonna do. Why, you gonna pay it for me, Colin? I'm trying to make money on Cameo to pay off the bills, but every time I make money on Cameo, I'm trying to work toward that bill. But it's hard to work toward that bill when you got other bills. Maybe I should make a GoFundMe. That'll go viral. Actor wants to return to acting. Needs $1,500. He's a grifter. He's a grifter. He's a this. He's a e-beggar. Hey, get a fucking job. Get a fucking job. You open yourself up for critique. You can't get mad about it. You're a public figure. A little bit of grace. A little bit of grace. A little bit of grace for somebody that's truthful, transparent, and being honest with their struggles. But everybody's pissed off in the world. So by you complaining or asking for donations or GoFundMe or whatever it is, they're mad. It makes them mad. And I get it. They think in their brain, I work 20 hours a day for that $100. I'm sorry. I work 10 hours a day or 8 hours a day for that $100. And all you do is sit there and talk, and then you make it. And look, just don't donate. Don't donate. Okay? There's no obligation. And if you do donate, the money you donate is not your money after you donate it or give it or pay for entertainment or whatever it is. It's not yours anymore. So you cannot retroactively tell the people what to do and how to do it and want to investigate. Oh, you asked for money to buy a computer. Show us the receipt. We need to see the receipt. If you asked us for money to buy a computer, you have to buy a computer. Well, yeah, man. Maybe I said I'd get a laptop. Then I ended up getting a desktop. Oh, shit, am I in the wrong? Can you request your money back? Because I lied? I said laptop, and then I got a desktop. Fucking shut the fuck up. Ridiculous. But I understand those are sometimes the rules of sites like GoFundMe. What's the other one that people get money on now? Give, Send, Go, because of the politics. Banks are like, dude, there's censorship everywhere. Banks are now censoring people for what they say online and shutting off their money and stuff like that because it makes them look bad or something like that. That is scary. That is a fucking draconian world to be censored like that. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I'm sure you know about it. Banks, PayPal, corporations like that, they censor people with their money. There's only 5 or 6 avenues to make money, acquire money, or to get money. And they're like the oligarchs. They control you. So if you go online and the agenda is you can't speak about COVID or vaccines or anything like that, if that's the agenda that the world is trying to push and you go against it, these PayPals, these bank institutions can say, you're no longer allowed to bank with us. We're shutting off your accounts. We're turning off your accounts and we're holding your money until you go along with the narrative. Fucking wild, this world. What is this world? Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody seeing? And that brings me into a little bit of the CHRISSY MAYR drama. CHRISSY MAYR is a comedian, podcaster that's involved on a lot of channels on YouTube. And there was an issue with another podcaster or video maker by the name of Jeremy Hambley from The Quartering, where there's a group called the Kino Casino. I don't know if they're in the Dabbleverse, but they do videos where they critique, talk about drama stories, and oh, buddy, you know, there's a guy named Andy Schwartzkin or something like that, and then another guy kind of fat like me named PPP. Very entertaining when they yell, and they're very entertaining. And they got a Clips channel, and they seek out information online from these sites. I don't know the names of them, the Reddits and the this and the that. But, you know, I've dabbled in that world. Not that I go after it, but I've been in that world where, you know, they show video clips of me and, you know, they critique me and make fun of me, and it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. But there's been an issue with this guy, The Quartering, something about his wife, where they put allegations where they think his wife is cheating on him, or that Jeremy Quartering from The Quartering, his wife, that he's a cuck because his best friend is possibly a guy that's having adventures with his wife. So these Kino Casino people got some information or put together a theory. Maybe it's factual. I do not know. I haven't researched it that much. But they started talking about The Quartering and his wife. And they started calling him a cuck and doing all that joke stuff, like a lot of people in the Dabbleverse, you know, and stuff like that. The Red Bar Radios of the world, the Patrick Meltons of the world, you know. And, you know, to them, that's fun and that's comedy and it's all good. But Quartering, he's probably insecure like I am, but he had an issue with it. He's a big time YouTuber with 2 or 3 million subs, makes a decent amount of money. He has a coffee company. I'm sure he just buys the pre-made coffee and they ship it to other people, but it's called Coffee Brand Coffee. And now he had to watch these videos of these allegations and all this other stuff. And now they're talking about his wife, who is technically, I don't think she wants to be a public figure, but she is married to The Quartering. So now they're talking about her, you know, calling her names, this and that. And Jeremy Hambley took offense to it. And then he started threatening the Kino Casino channels or the Clip channels that he's going to flag their videos or get them taken off of YouTube. He's going to use his YouTube handlers and his money and his power to get rid of these people. And that's what happened. Then everybody's claiming free speech. You don't get rid of the clippers. You don't copyright them. You don't do that. And look, I've kind of been involved in this, not the courting drama, but I was involved in this stuff on my own end. When people make videos about me, or they clip my videos, or they watch my behind the paywall videos, and I don't like it. And they do personal attacks on my family and stuff like that. That's not necessary. Go after me all you want. Go after the quartering all you want. But sometimes when they bring the wife into it, it'll make people pissed off. But again, I'm not sweeping for the quartering. Everything he did was wrong. But still, the other people are not innocent in it, you know. But it's a story, so they want to talk about it. And I've had stories made about me that are non-truthful or whatever, and it hurts me. And I want to take down the clips, and I want to take it offline because I still want to hold some sort of dignity that I fucking have. But this is how other people make a living as well. So I have issues with it, but I don't. But he got rid of these clipping channels. Then the entire internet went off on him, you know, because it doesn't look right. He's now taking the livelihood from these other channels in a petty move because they were, I guess, freedom of speech, talking about him and his wife and all that other stuff. And now the internet has just went livid on him. You know, they're canceling him, you know, for valid reasons. And he hasn't apologized that I know of. And it's just getting really, really big. But now it's like the Streisand effect. There's more channels talking about him and going after him. And then there's this girl that works with him named Melanie Mack. She's a YouTuber, a streamer. She's involved in the Dabbleverse. She's involved on a show like CHRISSY MAYR as well. That kind of started the Dabbleverse that I'm kind of into. Not willingly. Maybe sometimes, at times I am. But CHRISSY MAYR is now the person they're going after because she platformed Melanie Mack, because Melanie Mack is sweeping for Jeremy Handling and, you know, for the Kino Casino people that are really popular. And they're all claiming that he shouldn't have copywritten or struck down those channels. They lost their livelihood, their money, their this and that, and it's wrong. And 90% of the internet agrees with these people. And then in another weird study, a guy named Stuttering John, the guy from the Howard Stern show, is in the Dabbleverse, and he tried to do that, and he's in lawsuits with other people for technically copywriting or flagging and all that other stuff. And it's a big fucking mess all over the internet. That's why I don't want to flag or copyright or strike down channels, even if I truly believe they're doing something illegal. Because first off, I don't want to get involved in that type of drama. Because if people hate me already, they're never going to see my point in that. There will be some people that see my point, but you need a lot of money through the YouTube system to literally take it to a lawsuit. And then you're affecting other people's money as well. So hopefully you could work it out, whatever the issues are, offline in a different manner. But unfortunately, this did not happen. But I have issues. I have issues with the YouTube system and people critiquing and playing videos and clipping videos. I have issues. Look, I'm not going to stop it. And I hope they would do it in a better manner and make it transformative and a little bit better. But I have issues. But I do understand that clippers of these channels and these shows, they do add to the entertainment. And they bring more followers for the entertainers and the podcasters. They also bring more hateful people, more spiteful people. Depending on the narrative, the clipper writes in their video. Clippers can control a narrative. They can twist words and write a title. But that's neither here nor there. But there are the YouTubers that watch the videos in complete form, and they drink, they talk every couple minutes, and they smoke, they do marijuana, they get high, they sit with their bad back. Yeah, you're funny, DonkeyLips. Or they make fun of your parents, or any picture. Oh, look at his bathroom, it's dirty. It's dirty. Is that really transformative? Is that really good? Is that really comedy? Is that really podcasting? Is it really good-natured humor? Again, I don't think so. That's my perspective. But here's the issue I have with that. They can critique videos and watch them. But when it's behind a paywall for members only, YouTube allows these people that you have possibly blocked, but it allows them to become a member. So you post a members only video. If the video is public a few days later, then play the whole video, critique it all you want. But if it's for members only, in my opinion, behind a paywall, technically, they're like, I'm allowed to be a member. YouTube should, if you have these people blocked, or if they are a member, YouTube should allow where I can block that person from being a member. Because as a member, they can log in, watch my members only behind paywall videos on their channel. So now the regular public that I would hope would subscribe and become a member of my channel, they're watching the video on their live stream. So in a way, I'm losing possible members. Maybe I'm gaining members too. I get it. It's a 50-50. But still, that's an issue I have with YouTube. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right. There should be a way for us to kick out members and they can never become a member again. But YouTube would never do that. Because why? It's another $2 or $3 in their pocket. So they're always going to allow enemies or people like that to become a member. And unless I copyright a video like that, and I say it's behind a paywall, and I possibly start a lawsuit, I believe I lose. I believe I lose in that scenario. But people could see it like I win because I'm becoming more popular now. Yeah, maybe I'm becoming more popular, but I'm also becoming more trolled and hated. I am sassy and classy. Thank you for the $2. Thank you for the 2, as little Lemmy would say. Thank you for the 2. Appreciate you. Watch the beginning of the show if you weren't able to make it. Watch the beginning of the show. All right, so now back to this CHRISSY MAYR stuff. So she platformed Melanie Mack. She was getting super chats. They wanted her to talk about the quartering. They wanted her to denounce Melanie Mack. They wanted Melanie Mack to denounce Jeremy from the quartering, who she works with. And she didn't do any of that. And CHRISSY MAYR didn't ask any of the tough questions. She didn't really put any of the super chats where they were paying for money to talk to Melanie Mack. CHRISSY MAYR swept for the quartering, or so she said so. Or she didn't know what she was doing. She didn't know about the YouTube drama with Jeremy from the quartering and Kino Casino. She claimed she didn't know, but then there's proof out there that she knew. Another girl named Brittany Venti. She's a wild YouTuber that is fucking annoying as fuck. I'm sure people think of me the same way, so, you know, whatever. But I don't know if she's autistic or something, but she cannot let shit go. But she's like an investigator in her brain. But Melanie Mack was on the CHRISSY MAYR show, and it caused more drama in the quartering world. And then CHRISSY MAYR did a live stream a couple of days later. They're calling her a grifter, that she did it for money. And a lot of things about CHRISSY MAYR are coming out, and the internet's talking about it. Well, I'm going to talk about it as well, because I had an interaction with CHRISSY MAYR that was a little suspect. I'm not really one to create drama or start drama or pile on. I guess technically you could say I might be doing that, but I'm just going to speak from an experience of mine that it kind of points out who people are. Even from text messaging and other things like that, you could find out how a person is truly. All right. So a lot of people are against CHRISSY MAYR, calling her a grifter. It's all about money. She platformed Melanie Mack right at the quartering drama time because she would get the most eyeballs on her channel for clicks, for bait. And then she didn't want to make her friend mad, Melanie Mack, because Melanie Mack is probably more popular than CHRISSY MAYR with subscribers. And they're saying she can grift off of Melanie Mack and the drama and play dumb and extend it multiple videos, like they claim that's what Candace Owen does about Charlie Kirk, you know. So it became really, really popular. But I befriended and I had an interaction with CHRISSY MAYR. It might have been a year ago. But I kind of would have to side on the agreement that the way she conducts business is not with a true heart. The way she conducts business with other people is, in a way, a ploy, a plan, and or a grift for eyeballs and clickbaits and to make money, which I have no problem with. I mean, make your money how you can. If you feel good in your heart doing it that way, more power to you. I don't feel good in my heart doing it that way. I don't know if I've done anything like that I know of. Will I ever do anything like that in the future? Depends on how hard times I am. But if your heart has no problem with doing stuff like that, so be it. But you can't play dumb. When you're questioned, if that's what you're doing, there's got to be a point in your life where you're honest with people. Okay? Jesus didn't lying is of Satan. Lying is of Satan. That's what Satan creates. And CHRISSY MAYR and the Melanie Macks of the people of this world, you know, they're promoting Christianity, Catholicism, whatever it may be. And they're lying. And they're avoiding truth and stuff like that. And it's not a good way to lead your life. Again, if you make mistakes, you own up to them and then you move forward. But I had an interaction with CHRISSY MAYR that kind of proves that this is her identity. Now, I don't even know her at all. I know of her. But I befriended Keanu Thompson, and I hope I'm not bringing up her name in a bad, direct manner. I'm not trying to involve her in any drama. People have issues with Keanu in the Dabbleverse as well, for, you know, whatever she says or does. Again, I'm cool with her. I don't like how she leads her life and does some of her podcast, but like, I haven't had no bad interactions with her personally. So until that happens, which it may or may not, I hope it doesn't, but I'm not going to judge until that point. But I do have an eye open at how people conduct themselves, and I'm sure they have an eye open of how I conduct myself. And I'm not perfect. But I went on Keanu Thompson's show as a guest with her and her mother. And I had a good time. I had a really, really good time. And I'm going to have to look into the dates. I should have done more research. I apologize, guys. I just went online real quickly. Just wanted to hang out and talk. But I went on her show. And she was promoting it on her Twitter, her channel, and everything like that. Made me feel special, you know. She was like, oh my God, I'm going to hang out with MichaelRayBower. So it made me feel good. And then I think we had a show planned for like a Friday or a Saturday. But we had that show planned for like a Friday or a Saturday. Now, Keanu Thompson is friends with CHRISSY Mayr. She does CHRISSY Mayr's podcast called Simpcast many times. And then the girl Melanie Mack that CHRISSY Mayr had on that had all the controversy. Melanie Mack had an issue with Keanu Thompson and they had a fight. And Keanu does not like Melanie. Maybe Melanie doesn't like Keanu. And then CHRISSY Mayr changed her politics and went against Keanu's opinion in these podcasts and defended Melanie Mack. Now, Keanu got upset. She got hurt. She felt like CHRISSY Mayr was not at least somewhat on her side. Then I guess Keanu and Melanie Mack got in a fight. And then CHRISSY Mayr told Keanu, like, hey, you know, maybe you shouldn't be on the show for a while. Again, I don't know if this is exactly how it happened, but this is from my recollection. Maybe CHRISSY Mayr told Keanu, you know, if this is how you're going to feel or it's a hot topic that makes you emotional, maybe you shouldn't be on the show for a while. And then maybe out of respect, Keanu said, I'm gonna take a break. I'm going to take a break for a little while. Maybe Keanu felt like CHRISSY Mayr was choosing Melanie Mack over Keanu, hurting her feelings. I don't know. But that's what happens, man, in podcasting and in drama. Everybody judges you based off of the people you talk to or you platform or what. It's just fucking annoying. So Keanu took a break from the Simpcast. So now going back to CHRISSY Mayr being a grifter, making it all about clickbaiting and money and all that other stuff. I was going to be on the Keanu Thompson show. And now Keanu is, at this point, I think she's better with CHRISSY Mayr. She went to a CHRISSY Mayr event called Content Hotel, and they did all their stuff together. So they're still really good friends. Whatever their drama is their drama, if they have any. But Keanu, I'm sure she talked to CHRISSY Mayr and said, hey, I'm going to have MichaelRayBower on my show. I'm going to have MichaelRayBower on my show this Friday or Saturday or whatever the date was. I'm assuming she told CHRISSY Mayr, or maybe she told Gino, and Gino told CHRISSY. But I'm assuming CHRISSY got that information. But a year prior, I think I wrote CHRISSY Mayr on Twitter, a DM. I said, hey, CHRISSY, I'm a fan of your podcast. If you ever would like an actor or comedian or something on your show, let me know. And I'd be honored to do it. Normally, I ask for a guest fee, but when people have some pretty decent sized platforms, or they're really good friends of mine, or semi friends of mine, I'll do it for free. But I kind of request a guest appearance fee because I need to make money. So if they got a decent platform, maybe 100,000 subscribers, or they're a friend, I'll do it for free. So I asked CHRISSY MAYR if she needed a guest, and she saw the text, never responded to me. And I probably wrote it again a second time a month or two later, never responded to me. Then, like I said, I'm going on Keanu's show with her mother. Then all of a sudden, I think it was the day before I was going on Keanu's channel. It might have been the day of, but either way, out of nowhere, after Keanu's promoting me to be on her show that night or the next day, the semantics of that might not be professional to the characterization that I'm about to give. But all of a sudden, I get a message from CHRISSY MAYR on Twitter. And she tells me, hey, do you want to be on Simpcast tonight? Do you want to be on Simpcast tonight? And then I said, well, I probably should look at it. I'm going to look at it. I'm not trying to read text, guys. I'm not trying to read text on screen or whatever. I'm not trying to do that bad thing. I don't know if this is bad or not. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to summarize it. Oh, I tend to leave audio messages. And then she hit me up and told me that I was in the Dabbleverse if I wanted to do a show with her for that specific day. And I said, and I told her, I said, I'm doing Keanu's show and I want her to have the exclusive. I want Keanu to have the exclusive of me. Not that I'm a get or anything, but like I wanted to be on Keanu's show first before CHRISSY MAYR's podcast. You know, I just wanted to respect Keanu and my appearance with her. And then she wrote back, you know, it's all good. You can do any show you want. I love Keanu. And I asked her, how to frame it correctly. So I told her I wanted to do Keanu's show, and she was like, it's all good, you know, another time, whatever. And I said, okay, how about next week? I didn't hear any response. So she went on that night to do her Simpcast. Then I don't know if she has men on Simpcast, but I was like, in a weird way, I was thinking, why do you want me on Simpcast? I don't know. But it was just a weird thing, right? That all of a sudden, on the day of or the day before, she hasn't texted me in a while. Now she's asking me to be on her show on the same day before I'm on Keanu's show. And then I said, can we do it at a later time? And then I think she said, I was reading it just now. She said, yeah, we can do it another time. But you know, this is like your opportunity right now to be on the show. I have many guests lined up for future dates. I'm summarizing. It was a long message, but it was telling me that, you know, like I have to do it now or today, basically was the messaging. And I felt like I was being hijacked or something beyond Keanu. That's how I felt. So I was defending Keanu in my brain. Because I wanted to give Keanu the exclusive. And I think I told Keanu, the way she worded it, that it felt a little weird. And Keanu's an angel. And she's like, no, me and Chrissy were fine. No, she probably just wanted you on the show because, you're a little bit popular in the Dabbleverse sometimes. And, she wanted to talk to you. And I'm like, isn't it weird, the timing? Keanu's like, no, it's not weird. It's not weird. I'm like, I don't know. It felt like to me at that moment, I was a little bit of a hot topic. And then at that moment, Keanu was going to get the exclusive of me for the first time in the Dabbleverse, I guess, in that realm. And all of a sudden, CHRISSY MAYR comes out of the woodwork after seeing multiple messages and invites me on and then tells me, oh, this is your opportunity. You got to take it. I'm not going to have guests later. It just felt like at that moment, she wanted to use whatever fame, whatever power Keanu might have had in the Dabbleverse, or a little bit of popularity I had at that moment in the Dabbleverse, which apparently she created. And I don't know, it felt like she might have been trying to take away a little bit of fame or popularity that Keanu might have got by having me on her show as an exclusive. It just felt weird. It felt really fucking weird. So now with the grifting allegations and all that other stuff and the other opinions and cases that people or interactions have had with her, I'll be honest with you. I can see where CHRISSY MAYR will take any opportunity at any moment. And if she does have an issue with somebody, she will use it against them. Because during her live stream versus, or she had Brittany Venti on, the girl that's complaining about her platforming Melanie Mack and not talking about freedom of speech and whatever else that drama is. And I'll end it here. But I did see CHRISSY MAYR, and a lot of these people in the Dabbleverse, they ambush people with guests on podcast. They put up messages that troll or hateful comments on the other people, and they pick and choose their attacks in a sarcastic manner, and they try to act like they're not doing it. So CHRISSY MAYR on this podcast with Brent T. Venti giving her opinions and going back and forth about the quartering and Melanie Mack. CHRISSY MAYR played dumb again for like the third day in a row. This is why I did it. I'm being bullied. I have a family. I got a lot going on. Well, then why are you podcasting if you got a lot going on? Because you're trying to make the money. You're a hot topic and you're trying to make the money. I don't fault you for it. Do it. But at least be transparent and honest about it. People would respect honesty more than lies. But she was picking and choosing super chats. There was a lot of super chats attacking her or questioning CHRISSY MAYR, and she never put them on screen. But while Brittany Venti, this girl's wild as well too. She doesn't know how to listen and make an opinion. She just keeps fighting you. I thought I answered it. Fuck you. I'm fighting you. But CHRISSY MAYR would not put on the super chats that they were paying good money to her to ask questions about the event and what CHRISSY MAYR did. So she avoided those hard questions while taking the money. Then Brittany Venti said you should take the money and send it to a charity. Fuck no. Fuck you, Brittany. Look, if we're going to grift, if we're going to make money, if we're going to do clickbait, I'm keeping that money. I fucking need it. I got a child. Why should it go to charity? Well, because you're supposed to be a defender of free speech. No. I'm doing these podcasts to make money. You don't have to donate. So there was one point that CHRISSY MAYR made that I agreed with. But CHRISSY MAYR was being attacked. She didn't read the super chats that were attacking her. Now, the further the episode went along, Brittany Venti just wouldn't let it go. Didn't know how to disappear. Didn't know how to walk away. She didn't feel the apology was correct. She couldn't get over it. Whether it was or it wasn't, I don't give a fuck. Everybody grieves in their own way. Everybody apologizes in their own way. Whatever. Don't care. It's easy. I'm sorry. Fucked up. I now see I was incorrect. 90% of you said I was wrong, so I'm having to believe the masses. But there are occasions where the 10%, I ain't wrong. You just don't see it the way I see it. I'm actually smarter in that world than you are. You're with a sheep. You're with the mainstream. But in that case, again, I understand all the stuff. But Brittany Venti wouldn't let go. CHRISSY MAYR kept showing the super chats. Would not show the super chats against her. She would not answer the questions. She kept saying, "Oh, I'm so busy. I'm overwhelmed." Oh, yeah. You're not overwhelmed. You're just counting the money, baby. Just be honest. But she didn't want to piss off Melanie Mack. She didn't want to answer the hard questions, so she would not show those super chats from the people. That's wrong. They're paying you money. At least put it on screen. Talk about it for a second or two. Give them a little bit. A little bit. You don't have to give them the full answer. They're not entitled to it, but at least get it on screen. I guess that's a podcaster rule. It should be done. Respect them as much as you can for sending you money. But she was posting the hateful comments against Brittany Venti. Oh, here's a super chat. Brittany Venti needs to shut up. Brittany Venti is acting like a petulant child. Accept her apologize. CHRISSY MAYR would read that comment. Then a couple of minutes later, oh, Brittany Venti is this and Brittany Venti is crazy. She needs to leave the stream. You need to kick her out. CHRISSY MAYR were posting those. Okay. Is this not a attack on Brittany Venti through your super chats? Your moderators and you are deleting people that are talking shit about CHRISSY MAYR? Isn't that a freedom of speech thing? I don't know. Everybody's free to delete, mute members and everything. I get it. I've done it on many occasions. I'm very insecure. I've done it, but it ain't right. When you look back, it ain't right. But Brittany Venti calls her out in the podcast. Oh, are you picking and choosing comments, hateful comments only against me? Because they were watching the chat and seeing all the other super chats. So Brittany Venti called her out, and good for her. Good for her. And then later in the live stream, she's like, I got to get to the super chats. I'm trying to get to the super chats. I'm going to have to do another show. Oh, I can't put that super chat. That's a hateful Brittany Venti super chat. She said that like 3 or 4 times. Oh, I can't put that super chat. That's a hateful Brittany Venti super chat. I can't put that super chat. That's a hateful. Why do you keep reiterating the fact? And why do you keep saying it publicly now? Oh, you got so many Brittany Venti hateful super chats. You're pushing the knife in, CHRISSY MAYR. You keep pushing that knife in. I got to tell the world she's getting hateful comments, but I'm not going to address the hateful comments that I'm getting. I'm going to present it to the world because I don't like you, Brittany Venti, but I'm going to pretend I do. And I think you should shut up and get off my show. And even CHRISSY MAYR during the podcast told her, you know, if you want to go, you can leave. If this is too much for you, you can leave. Don't you hate that fucking type of rhetoric from people? You know, even on phone calls. Well, I'm going to let you go. What you mean you're going to let me go? How about you say I have to go? But they throw the excuse on other people. I'm going to let you go. So now I'm feeling like I'm the bad guy because you're going to let me go. So you're picking and choosing whether to talk to me. So you're going to let me go even though I haven't expressed my desire to go. So thank you, CHRISSY MAYR, for being honest about it. Then she stopped the live stream after 2 hours. And she said, oh, I'm going to have to do another stream. Of course you are. Of course you are. That proves you're in it for the money. You're in it for the attention. You're in it for the drama. You're in it to get more popular. Whether people hate you or like you, you're going to get paid. You're going to make some money. But then when they expose it and they explain the facts of that's what you're doing, I don't understand why people just can't be honest. Be like, yeah, I'm going to drag it on. Why not? I can build a lot of content out of this. I'm going to milk it as much as I possibly can. Why don't people just say it and do it? I had this exact opportunity during the Nickelodeon Quiet on the Set documentary release, where I did have opinions and I worked with some of the people and I had some very scary and bad experiences looking back at it. I talked about it and I made like 3 videos, I think, on the subject. I made a preview video. I'm a Nickelodeon actor gonna talk about Quiet on the Set drama and reveal some secrets. Yeah, watch me. Ooh, watch me, watch me. Ooh, watch me. I'm gonna flint. I'm gonna nay. Watch me work. Watch me nay. Yeah, I did it. I wanted to let people know that documentary freaked me the fuck out. And I'm a Nickelodeon actor and I have some stories to tell. So I put out like a trailer, a preview video to get the eyeballs on me. Then I released my hour-long talking video where I told the stories, my experiences, and everything else. And then that got like 10, 20,000 views. Then it went online. It got clipped. It made me viral for some weird reasons, but it made me viral. Then the producers of the Nickelodeon show, the documentary, were hitting me up, telling me to be on their next episode. Like I had some really dark secrets to tell, you know. Then it became a shit show. Then my anxiety, my fear, everything kicked in. And people were not even listening to the video. They were calling me a victim, that I was abused by certain people and all that. And the messaging was just, I didn't know how to control. So I made a second video trying to address some of it. But again, 2,000 people watched the second video. So there's always going to be mistakes made. But so after about a month, I think I took that video and I made it for members only. And I was like, I don't know, man, if I can live this controversy. Not that I'm involved in it. It's just the messaging was really weird. And I don't know. It was just a little scary for me because I haven't had experiences like that a lot in my life, especially online with stuff like that. And such a sensitive topic. So it scared me for a little bit. So I disappeared. And then I think I made a second or third video. And that was the last I talked about it. But I could have watched the documentary, every episode, talked about it. I could have made that content last a month, 2 months, 3 months. I could have made more money from it. But it's not in my heart. You know what I mean? I wish I wasn't as sensitive and whatever that I am, but it's just not in my heart. And I even got afraid after. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. But bad comes from good videos. And, you know, I got feedback from, you know, people on the Nickelodeon show. Why are you even talking about our show? Why are you bringing up, you know, some things or people that you hung out with while you were filming our show? You know, why are you bringing our show into this, you know, into this drama? Why are you telling your stories? Why? It's like I lose respect just for placing myself and telling my experiences. So there's always something bad that comes from a truthful and good story. And it really sucks that it gets to me. But I could have egged it on. I would have lost even more friends. And I'm sure I lost respect from a ton of people. Then when I privated the video, people were saying, why did you private it? This and that. What are you hiding? This and that. Yeah. You know, you should let people know. You can't win, man. You can't win. Sorry, everybody. My heart starts racing when I think about the pain from these things that I've endured. I'm a very sensitive person. I stay away from everything. Everything affects me badly. But hey, I just think people should be honest and transparent, like me. But they're not going to be. All right, let's move along. That subject went a little too long. Let's bring it back. I do read comments, Brooke. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Brooke. How you doing, beautiful? It's just when I'm talking, that's what I do. I'm not good at talking and reading. It's hard for me to do two things. It's hard for me to shit and piss at the same time. Is that possible? I'm sure it is. I'm sure I've done it. Has any of you shit and pissed at the same time? I don't know. Hey, guys, give me a second. I just saw something that I have to attend to. Give me 1 second. Okay, it's good. It's good. Whoops. Whoopsie. But I tend to read Super Chat, and I'm hoping for Super Chats or PayPals or Venmos or donations when I do a show. Sorry, guys. My phone went off. I had a friend of mine just write me, I did look up Mono No Aware. It is absolutely how I live my life, and it is devastating and sad and so painful to live this way. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Look up Mono No Aware, man. That is my motto. That is my slogan. That is my lifestyle. Not a lot of people have it. They're not born with it. It's just this feeling and something that's in your heart that is really impossible to explain. The emotions and everything that runs through our veins with every thought, every word, every memory. Mono No Aware is exactly my life and who I am. It's like my religion. I'm choosing my new religion. What's up, Ross Incognito? Make the Raiders great again. I think we're on a good path. Fernando Mendoza, just a quick little Raider excerpt. They're my favorite football team. He was invited to the White House with the Indiana Hoosiers football team, and he didn't go. He claimed training camp, or he claimed practice, but the Raiders have no practice on May 11th when the team went to the house. Donald Trump talked about him and said, I still love the guy, but he had practice or something. But a lot of Raider fans are Latino. A lot of them probably have problems. They equate ICE and Trump completely together. They complete Trump as a complete racist or however they look at everything. I don't need to give everybody my opinion on Trump. I voted for Trump, but I hate them all. I hate them all. I love my country. I hate my government. They're all fucking a part of the system. They're all fucking evil. Every politician is fucking corrupt and evil. We'll leave it at that. But Fernando Mendoza didn't attend, so a lot of Raider Nation have thoughts about it. And they're thinking he didn't go because he's Latin, or they're thinking that it's an excuse for being in training camp with the Vegas Raiders is lying, because we have OTAs on May It might have been May 13th or 14th. Nothing on May 11th. Maybe they're training in the building, but still, it's an opportunity for him to go to the White House and visit the president and take pictures, and he didn't go. Maybe his mother told him not to go. His mother may have major political beliefs. But a lot of athletes and people like that have been publicly doing that. Oh, I don't want to go. He's not my president. So I don't know if the excuse is real or not. Do I feel bad that he didn't go? I don't really care. But the media is trying to ruin this kid before he even gets started in the NFL. You know, controversy. They're trying to divide the Raider Nation politically against him, for him. It's fucking so sad. He's a Christian or Catholic, God-fearing man that goes to church. They posted a video of him in church. These two girls were in church on a Sunday, and he came into the church, and they filmed him, and then they zoomed in on his butt, and they aired it on Instagram or Twitter. And then everybody said they should not post videos of somebody walking into church. That's the holy ground. It's just divide, 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 political divide, divide, divide. It's really insane. What's up, Born Mush? Born Mush. Man, I love that avatar, brother. I love war movies and all that other stuff, man. It scares the living crap out of me. Scares the living crap out of me. Let's talk about the hantavirus. I am a conspiracy theorist. Let's talk a little bit about the hantavirus and the bullshit surrounding it from my perspective. Let me know your thoughts. And again, if you feel like super chatting, PayPal, Venmo, I appreciate it. Trying to make a few bucks. It's hard out here for a pimp trying to get the money for the rent. And the Cadillac and gas money spent. And got a whole lot of people talking shit. All right. What the fuck is a hantavirus? Let's just talk about that from the beginning. Then we'll explain the bullshit. Hantavirus is from rats and rat droppings and ingestion of rat feces. And it's been around for, I don't know how long. I got to look that up. Probably 50 years, 30 years. I don't know, whatever. But now the hantavirus has making its way to a cruise ship. Making our way in the world today. Takes everything we got. Gonna promote hantavirus. It sure will hurt a lot. The hantavirus is spreadable by body to body, even though online it says it's not. And it's very unlikely to happen. Sometimes you want to go on a cruise where everybody gets hantavirus. Doom, 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 doom. And they're always glad you came. You want to go where you can get rat feces in every meal. You want to go where everybody knows you got hantavirus. Professional virology people are saying this is ridiculous. The human-to-human travel of the virus, if they have it, is really very unplausible. And it's basically only from rat feces and being around rat infestations for many, many years and all that other stuff. All right, what do we believe? Well, we had COVID that spread through a bat in Wuhan. Allegedly. Now, the pharmaceutical companies They're in on it. But allegedly. Now the mainstream media, 5 years or 6 years to the date, are now presenting a new virus, and it's all over the news. It's all over everything. And they're trying to scare us and fearmonger us into believing it's real. All right, let's do some critical thinking, guys. Again, I'm not a doctor. Why do people say that? That means they give doctors respect. But doctors are educated by the fucking Rockwell system, not Rockwell, Rockefeller system, and all these doctors that created a system for pharmaceutical medicines and not really to help people. That's just my opinion. But doctors are educated by these people, just like the education system today doesn't teach our kids anything that's real and correct. And it's a bunch of lies and brainwashing. That's how I feel about the medical industry. So I'm not a doctor. I haven't been brainwashed enough to scam everybody on behalf of the pharmaceutical companies and make a bunch of money. Now, there are good doctors. They try to be good, but it's the same thing as police. They get corrupted. They get put into the system. They don't want to lose their job. They studied for 20 years. They went bankrupt to become a doctor. And now they're in the system and they're realizing it's wrong, it's lie, it's scammy, it's bullshit. And not everybody's being helped. They're actually being hurt more. But they can't get out. They try to get out, but they pull me back in. Same thing with police officers. There are good ones, but they get corrupted. And if they are good and they arrest other officers, or they call in to question the medical practices of other doctors, well, there goes their reputation and there goes their possible job. So they're not going to speak out. It's a big club. The Blue Line Club, the Blue Flag Club, the Thin Line Club, the Doctor Club. It's a big-ass club, and guess what? We ain't invited. Now, once you wrap your head around it, the medical system can be corrupted. Now, how come people on a cruise ship have the hantavirus? I have to put that on screen because I read it. I have gas. I absolutely would think everybody in New York that goes on the subway, in the tunnels, lives in New York, in the apartments, would have had hantavirus by now. Maybe there was cases of a few people in New York having hantavirus. I think there's 13 cases a year and 13 deaths, the stats of hantavirus every year. Okay? Same thing they did with COVID. There's like 1 million deaths from the flu every year around the world. It ended up being the same numbers as COVID at flu season. I don't know. You tell me, put them together. Maybe people in New York got it and died, but if it was spread human to human, body to body that are in close quarters, everybody in New York should have the motherfucking hantavirus. But no, they picked a cruise ship. So now you have to ask yourself the question, if it's real and it was spread on a cruise ship, did they release it? Did they create a new strain? Did they place it on the cruise ship? Is that what the cruise ship was meant to do? To create a new outbreak? Kind of like the Wuhan lab? People are aware nowadays. Not everybody's aware, but people are aware. And I want to respect this comment. Stepped off for a bit. Aware to me is like Christmas as a child. You are so excited for it to come, but once Christmas is over, it's a bit sad. And you realize that time you had is over. Yeah. But aware just to take your reference, in that exact moment, people that actually have it or live that life, so they get excited for Christmas, right? But then Christmas comes, and while they're in Christmas, they're already sad about Christmas being over while they're celebrating Christmas. They're thinking about the ending and the memories while it's happening. They're living the life in that moment, but they're also sad in that moment, and they're realizing the feelings at the end of Christmas when you're sad while they're in Christmas. It's an overwhelming emotional journey, the Mono No Aware. You're living the moment in the moment. You're living every experience in the experience, but you're also sad because it's going to be over next week or the next couple days. And you're living the sadness of that experience a week early. It's fucking insane. It's insane. The Mono No Aware feelings and emotions. But thank you. And to reiterate, Hantavirus is a scare tactic. Yes, it is. It is. And there's a lot of conspiracy videos out there talking about it. But like I said, did they create a new strain like they did with the coronavirus, allegedly? Did they create a new strain? And then why would they pick this cruise line? What's the best way to spread a disease and to have it do a test to see if it can be spread within people? Again, pharmaceutical companies and virology people, we're creating new viruses so we can create a vaccine for it. So we have to create a virus or something to have the cure for it, because it might happen in the wild, but we have to create it for it to happen so we can have the cure. Friday, I'm in love. Saturday waits. Monday always comes too late. Thursday never hesitates. It's Friday, I'm in love. Speaking of the cure, but they have to create a virus in order to make the vaccine. It's a catch-22, makes no sense. But if they wanted to test it, they can't test it on rats, because it's a rat virus. They got to test it on humans. They could probably test it on pigs, but then you would find out a pig can transfer it to a pig. You're not going to find out that a human can transfer your created virus to a human unless you do it on human trials. And I'm sure those go along, but you need a bigger trial. And even if the trial doesn't work, you can make it go live for pharmaceutical stocks to go up and fear-monger people and everything. So maybe this cruise ship is a human trial, a 200-person human trial. Is there really 200 people on that ship? We've only seen one video from some gay dude crying. You guys don't understand what's happening on this cruise that I'm being paid for, that I'm a sponsor for. You don't know what's happening. It's really scary and overwhelming. I'm locked in my quarters. We got this hantavirus making its way in the world today. We got this hantavirus making its way. It's really scary. Also, I'm sponsored by this cruise line. I was given these tickets, and I'm reading off of a script. And I did a live stream a day before where I had to have the cruise director on my live stream in the background with the cruise's logo 3 days before the hantavirus outbreak video that I made. I had to have the cruise ship director come on screen and put the logo of the cruise ship because I'm sponsored by them. That ain't suspicious. That ain't suspicious. But he deleted the video, but once it's online, it made its way everywhere. Now they're finding out things about this guy. Again, feels like a crisis actor, feels like a false flag event. Again, conspiracy theorists know. We know. We know. And now the world is waking up. The patterns keep emerging, the way they do things, the way they attack people in the media, in the this, all the lies. And again, but you can't say it's not real, but the media is presenting it as it's real. But the event is going live. Now, critical thinking wise, if you actually have a new strain of hantavirus that is being tested, and there are actual people on that boat, not just actors or paid for people to create the narrative in the media. Yes, they have companies that do this stuff. Look it up. Become a better conspiracy theorist. They have companies that do it. They do events. They do practice runs. They do all that, and they film it, and then it goes live. Can't explain it. The entire world is fake. But now you have to find the clues. You have to find the clues and find the patterns. And for many years, I knew these patterns. I knew these patterns like the back of my hand because I researched them every day offline. You can't do it on YouTube, but you had to do it on other platforms. That's when I became a conspiracy theorist, and there's no going back. But everybody understands the word conspiracy theorist nowadays. A lot of it's factual. A lot of it's factual. And a lot of people are questioning things now. And a lot of people are starting to see the patterns. Maybe not the whole world. Back in the days, it might have been 5%. Now it might be at 15, 20%. The rest of the world just doesn't give a fuck. They want to pay their bills. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. And the other part of the world, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're crazy, you're stupid, you're blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Sorry about that. But if this is real, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. There's a lot of reasons why they're going to do this. And it's all a test. They're testing everything. How the public reacts, what they can get away with, what new laws they can bring in, what pharmaceutical companies can now sell a new vaccine or whatever they're working on. Just extending it. But it scares me. It scares me to think that they might be able to do it again. They might be able to do it again. If we haven't learned enough from COVID and the lies about vaccines and all that other stuff, they might be able to do it again. And now they released UFO alien files as well. I need to get into that. I'm interested in that. I have so many questions about space, aliens, life in general. I even have questions about religion in the Bible, written by men. Was Jesus real? I don't know. Well, they have proof. They have the Shroud of Turin. They have this. They have that. They have the writings. Scientists proved it. Was Jesus an alien? Is God a concept, a construct? Are we living in a simulation? I'm at that point in my life where I don't understand anything. And my mind changes daily with more data. Input. Johnny 5 need input. Short Circuit movie, 1986. But the Hannah Montana virus or the hentai virus is all over the news. They're doing press conferences. And this is the last point about it that I'm going to make. If everybody has this real disease that is being sent person to person, human to human, and they're all on a fucking boat, if it's real, blow up the fucking boat. We got to try to save them. We got to try to save them. No, it's like fucking Batman in the movie. When the Joker calls the prisoners and inmates are on the boat and there's a bomb and the prisoners have to explode the bomb and kill all of themselves to save the city of Gotham. When the Joker gives them the phone call and says, hey, there's a boat across from you filled with all these people. And there's a bomb on that boat. And you have a bomb on your boat. And you have a trigger on your boat. And I'm telling either one of you needs to blow the other person up first to save yourselves and the city of Gotham. So now the prisoners and the elites have a choice. Who do we blow up each? Or do we die for Gotham to live, but both the boats blow up? You guys know the movie. You know the reference. If you don't, go watch it. It's a great movie. But blow up the fucking boat or keep the boat out in sea. And if everybody fucking dies, if they die, they die. They die. All right? If this is for the good of mankind, keep them on a fucking boat. Hired Greek, thank you for calling me out. You're exactly correct. But I'm being a little crazy and confident right now. I do not honestly want anybody to die. I do not. I'm just pointing out a fact and an opinion that some people are saying online. I have read it, talking about, but, you know, good on you. Good on you. But yeah, keep it out in the ocean. See what happens is one of the choices they can make. But the choice they're making is we're going from port to port and dropping people off. Make that make sense. Make that make sense, man. Oh, but they're going to quarantine. They're going to quarantine off the boat. They're going to quarantine off the boat. Because there's better medical facilities. But still, it doesn't make common sense that they're going port to port and they're dropping off each person, whether they're from Argentina, Spain, Canada, America, Mexico. The boat is going around the world to find Carmen Sandiego. The boat is dropping off each individual in their hometowns to quarantine in a hospital in America, in Alabama. They're literally going to, after they're released, they're flying to their home state. This is what I heard and what I read the other day. They're flying to their home state. You're getting dropped off in Mexico, but you live in Mazatlan. All right, I have the hantavirus. I'm not going to quarantine in Mexico at the hospital here in a quarantine facility. Drive me home first so I can be with my loved ones. Now you got to involve more people to travel to open up quarantine stations that can get this hantavirus if it's real. But yet, during COVID, they had a big-ass boat that went in New York. It was a medical boat to treat people with COVID and viruses. They had a big-ass medical boat that was going to help all the people on the boat so they didn't have to be on land and spread COVID. Where the fuck is that boat now? Drive that boat, that medical boat that has all the medical equipment and everything, drive that motherfucking boat to the hantavirus boat, put people on that fucking boat, and see what the fuck happens. It's just critical thinking. These decisions are ridiculous. I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is. And I know what quarantine means. Now, everybody's online going, what the hell are they doing? Are they purposely trying to spread it if it's real? Yes. Yes. And now this, what's up, buddy? How you doing? If the government pays me $3,000 a month, I'll stay inside. So will I. I ain't gonna lie. Fuck yeah. I already stay inside and I don't even get $3,000 a month. I get like $290 or $285 in food stamps. That's all I get. I already stay inside. That makes me think, man. I wish I could have been on one of these Mr. Beast videos, man, where they say, live in a room for 90 days, win $1 million. You can't go outside. Stay in a room for 90 days or 60 days and you get $1 million. Man, that would be a breeze for me. I've trained, baby. I've trained. Mr. Beast, I'd win that $1 million. There would be no drama with me. So that's why they would never give me the $1 million. There'd be no fucking drama. And Born Mush, we're with my doctor, we're looking into disability. Again, I don't really truly know if I have it or whatever, but we're looking into it. So thank you for that. But damn, Mr. Beast, I'd win that $1 million like that. Like that. So there'd be no drama. It'd just be me masturbating, playing mini Nintendos, retro video games, watching YouTube. They'd be like, hey, do you want to go outside? You want to get some exercise? I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. We good. Give me some Hot Pockets, couple of chocolate milks. I'm good. Well, what movie was that from? With DJ Quails, where he says, all I need is some Hot Pockets, some chocolate milk, and I'll hack the world. The movie about that, going to the center of the earth. That's a good movie. I like those movies. What's up, DJ? DJ Quails. But yeah, are you guys buying into this hackamania stuff? Again, there's too many questions to answer. Is an illness being hijacked? A lot of theories are out there. We can't get into all of them. But one of the theories is during COVID, the people that got the vaccine, 5 or 6 years later, they're showing symptoms or side effects and possible death. So that's why they're now presenting the hantavirus, because they're noticing a lot of people are dying or getting it or getting sick after having the vaccines. And I haven't searched it completely, but I heard this from a respected person in the conspiracy world, and I saw a video of, in my opinion, a respected person. And they said one of the vaccine side effects was hantavirus. All right? I'm just saying. That's what I read and I saw in the clip from a respected conspiracy theorist presenting that. So think about that. If it's an actual side effect, the hantavirus from the vaccine, that means they knew about it when they made the vaccine, or a year or two later after they made the vaccine. Because remember, the vaccine went on trials. They rushed it. It was made before. Maybe they don't know what's going to happen to everybody, how they're going to react to the mRNA and all that other stuff. And the guy that invented mRNA, the container for the vaccine, they discredited him, disbanded him all over online because they used the mRNA container to digitally simulate DNA and change the biology of human beings in the vaccine. They're turning us into aliens. There's DNA in the vaccines, and there's so much stuff, chemicals, and apparently there's alien DNA that they cannot pinpoint to anything on Earth or that's human related in some of these vaccines. That's a whole nother ball game to go into. But they discredited him, the guy that created the container for mRNA for that type of vaccine therapy or gene therapy. Are they turning us into aliens or not in the future? I don't know. But the side effects are not going to be known for 5 to 10 years later. And if hantavirus is one of these side effects, they might as well address it and get it out there in public and call it a separate virus so people cannot pinpoint the vaccines did this to people and are now going to start to kill people even more. They were having heart issues and blockages in their arteries and all that other stuff years prior, allegedly, after getting the vaccine. And now maybe people are getting viruses and getting sicker than they've ever been. And now they're wanting to call it a hantavirus, or maybe it is a hantavirus. Maybe it was a strain that mutated from the vaccine with all the chemicals in the air around the world. So maybe it's not only rat species or infestations. The hantavirus can be another virus that's marketed or created in another way that maybe came to fruition through the vaccine being in a human body. But again, they have to get in front of it. They have to get in front of it. And they can sell another vaccine that they probably already have the cure for. Does it work? Does it not work? Is it the same thing as the COVID vaccine? I don't know. All I do know is people are trying to make a lot of money. They're trying to fearmonger people. And a lot of people are going to die in some shape or form, sadly. Whether they have it, whether it's official, whether the fears, whether they take vaccines because they're afraid, whether they do this or they do that, people are going to die. And people are going to make money. But a lot more people are not believing this stuff. And I'm proud of that. A lot of us are starting to wake up. But still, are we able to stop it? No. So there's eventually going to be an army in the future. Maybe some movies should address it. Maybe they have. But we're like the rebels. It's like Star Wars. People are rebelling against the system. There may be a fight, a protest like V for Vendetta, where we take it over. We come after everybody. People are going to die. It's going to be a war. It might be a civil war for politics, racism. It might be the elites versus the regular people. As Stuttering John would call them, the brokes. You're the brokes. So are you, Stuttering John. Fuck. Can you at least be honest with anything? Hey, Internet Eric here. I love how passionate you are about the subject at hand. You just keep the flow going. No dead air. How often do you podcast? Not enough, man. After this podcast, I will probably freak out for about 2 or 3 hours and need to lie down because I have anxiety. My brain doesn't stop. I get in like manic moods. I think about what I said or I did, who I offended, what people I pissed off. Then I debate taking the podcast off of my channel. I debate putting it for members only. I'm afraid of what clippers are going to clip from it. I'm all sorts of messed up, dude. But it is who I am, brother, and I appreciate you. But I need the podcast. Hopefully I can do it once a week. But I'm starting to make vlog videos going out and about. And I want to tell some stories of life because I feel like life is fleeting. Unfortunately, I feel closer to death than I do to a comeback or life. Unfortunately, that's the mono no aware lifestyle I live. So I just want to tell some stories. I'm like an old man. Remember old man? They would just tell stories, you know. Whenever you visit your grandpa, grandma, you sit down. Hey, come here, little whippersnapper. Let me tell you some stories. Let me tell you some fucking stories. Because that's all we got. We got is our memories, you know, our adventures, because they may not happen again in that manner. So we have to respect it. And that's what I'm doing now in my life at 51 years of age. I'm still trying to figure out if I can be an actor in some roles and do some other stuff. I'm writing a one-man show, comedy show. I'm going to very soon attempt to do stand-up or open mic at a couple of locations, all while being very afraid of my health and my issues. But I got to do this, man. I got to see if I have anything left. And then at the same time, I'm trying to make videos, tell stories, earn some money, because this is my job. Yeah, appearances, conventions, podcasting, selling merchandise, telling stories. This is my job. I cannot do a normal job like other people do. I can't do it. It's not meant for me. Now I could possibly do delivery driving, like DoorDash or something like that, to make some money. And I may have to, but I'm hoping I don't, but I may have to. But at least that way you're not doing too much walking. You're at least sitting down. But yeah, it's all scary. It's all scary. That's just the honesty of my life. I feel like I'm closer to death than I am life. And I've been wishing I was a father. I've had opportunities that were taken away from me 2 times to be a father. And looking back, I'm very alone. And I'm just like, damn. But hey, I'm not asking for you to pity me. I'm grateful for everything I have, all the gifts, all the support, all the love. Thank you. Thank you. The only reason I'm alive and probably living in an apartment and paying bills is because of you all. So thank you. All right. Fear is the enemy. We got my good friend Faith Mystic. She's online saying hello. Faith lives her life online a lot too. Beautiful girl. She's a healer, a spiritualist. She's online. She's a curer. She's got, I don't know what they're called, but medicines and stuff to heal everything. I call her Mother Nature. She was on a podcast of mine before. And I am going to do that. I'm hoping maybe this Friday, but I'm hoping to have guest members on live streams, maybe every 2 Fridays, where we can just talk about anything and everything, but you guys can get different interactions with other people. I struggle with bringing on guests and being consistent. And I love bringing on beautiful women to meet everybody. Maybe they get a few more subscribers or fans. I appreciate all that. But sometimes I don't do it because a lot of bad people that troll me whenever I present these people. Sometimes the trolling goes away from me and it goes on to them, you know? And I know they can handle it, but I don't like to bring that to them. Because a lot of bad questions and is he your boyfriend? Are you his girlfriend? Did he pay you for sex? Because you guys were in a hotel doing a live stream, and they do all this shit. It's stupid and ridiculous and none of your fucking business. But it didn't happen. And then they kind of force you, if you feel like you have to defend yourself, then you have to answer these questions. I have no problems being honest, but it's just why do you have to make content, or I don't know, whatever. But when I have guests, I feel bad after if any feedback or trolling happens to them, and now they're in the lolcow universe that I'm apparently in, and it's just, that's why sometimes I don't put people on, because I'm afraid to. I'm afraid of what feedback or whatever they're going to get, or body shaming or beauty shaming by being associated with me. Because I feel like my brand, if I have any, is tarnished with a lot of people. And then that's why it's hard for me to be consistent and bring guests on. And I love talking to women more than men. I'll just be honest with y'all. I'm a lonely dude. I love women. Y'all are beautiful. Want to get to know each and every one of you. I'm a lover. And I think I get along with women. I think I have estrogen in my body. I think I'm very woman-like more than man-like. I'm not an alpha. On occasion, I can be. I'm dominant in the bedroom. You better be submissive. I'm a good actor. I can play some roles. But yeah, that's why I for a good while, I haven't not platformed, that's the wrong word. I haven't had guests on and stuff like that. And if I do, it'll probably be women a lot. But I want to bring members on too from my channel. Members just like some of you. And I want to get to meet you and give you an opportunity to be on my channel because you're supporting me. But I have some bad members. And if I send out the link, I know they'll come up backstage and I don't have to let them on. But that still will freak me out or scare me. Or maybe I don't even know that they're a person that hates me or trolls me. Then they'll come backstage because they got the link as a member. And then, I'll let them on the screen. And I don't really know them because I'm trying to get to know them. Then they could do something or say something that might get my channel flagged or banned or do something like that. And maybe they got paid to do it by another YouTuber that trolls me or hates on me. It's happened to other people. And I can't afford to lose my channel. So that's why I've been very afraid to send out links to like members, but I want to. I want to meet some of you all online in a good manner. So that's why I haven't done it, but I want to. So I need like a moderator to get to know these people before I put them on as a guest to hang out. So I got to build up a circle of people I trust. And, I got to do that. I can't just blindly send out the link to members, even though I want to. I can't do that. So lesson learned, right? But hey, if you want to be in the circle and be a guest, hit me up on social media in DMs, not email, on social media. Because if you are a friend and I know who you are, I can then have your DM to when I do go live, that day, a couple hours before, I can send you a link and be like, I love this person. Like Brett Mania, I have him on speed dial. I have a couple of other people on speed dial, and that's what I'm going to do. So if you would like to do that, hit me up on DM or social media, leave me a message, and then, you know, maybe starting this Friday, you might be given a link to hang out. So be available. But I got to be consistent. I got to do a video every Friday at like 9 p.m. Western or Eastern time, 6 p.m. my time. I got to be more consistent. So I'm working toward it. But guys, go check out Faith. She makes her living online as well. She sings and she's doing something every day. She's way more consistent than I am. And you get to look at a beautiful girl for a little while. And if you feel like fappening, go for it. She's hot. Sorry, we're acting crazy and confident. She's a beautiful, I think, is the word siren? Do they call you a siren as well? I don't know. That's in the ocean, right? Sirens are in the ocean where they'll sing out a song that entrenches you to die. I remember that. All right, guys, I'm going to give it about 8 minutes. Then I think I'm done for the day. So if you want to change the topic or do anything for a couple of minutes, ask me a question, please do so. Hey, Internet, I'm Eric. I deal with trolls on occasion. Look into making people in the chat moderators so they can ban them while you are streaming. Yeah, I got 3 moderators now. One of them's online almost all the time I go online. Yeah. If you do mass deletions, you're just going to piss more people off than not. Everybody feels they have an opinion. But yeah, there are times where you have to do that. You have to block and moderate people and time them out. Maybe one day I can get a producer that can bring up videos on a computer while I'm podcasting with their technology will be better. So my computer won't shut off or log down. I'm paying $102 for my apparently 500 megabyte per second internet. $102 a month. Can't afford that. And then every time I look it up, I test the speeds. It's only giving me like 250 or 300, that is the actual rate. Even though they tell you 500, it's only like 60% of that you actually get. And then my uploads, I'm paying for like, I think 30 uploads per second or megabytes per second upload. And I'm only getting 10 or 12, maybe 15 on occasion. And you need 8 to live stream constantly, but I'm paying $101 for it. Now, T-Mobile's got this 5G fucking thing where it's $50 a month and they're not going to raise the rate. And I started out with this internet. I started out with the same internet plan for $60 a month 10 years ago or 7 years ago. 7 years ago, it was $60 a month. Then they added equipment fee, a tax, a this, a Wi-Fi fee. Then they raised the rates. And now it's up to $102. Now, T-Mobile has this 5G internet, but it's not with a cable. It uses Wi-Fi only in 5G. I'm afraid of 5G. I believe it does affect the body and the health and the system of people. My phones are not 5G, they're 4G, but I can get this T-Mobile internet that's 5G for like $35 a month with no fees for 5 years, they said, or 10 years, and no taxes. The complete price is $35, but you only get a certain amount of megabytes per second. But then again, if you spend $50 for it, you get 500 megabytes per second, according to their 5G. So I can change my internet plan to the 5G T-Mobile with no upfront fees, no installation cost, for $50 or $55 a month or whatever it is for 10 years. And I'll be saving, what, $50. So that sounds like a plan. But I don't know if this 5G internet will allow an Ethernet cable to hook up to my computer or the laptop. I don't know if it'll have an Ethernet cable, because you get better internet through the Ethernet than you do through Wi-Fi. And I don't know what to do, but I can't afford this month in particular to even pay that $102 for my internet. So I'm thinking I'm going to switch to T-Mobile, because I need to save $50 here or there every month somehow, some fucking way. And I don't know if that's going to affect my internet, because as an old man, when you get used to something, you want to leave it as is. Whether it's perfect or not, you want to leave it as is. And every time you change something, it's more money out of your pocket, it feels like. But I'm going to have to do that, because I'm struggling this month with bills. And for the future, I got to save $50. Got to save $50. I'm living in Can't Afford Ya. So I don't know. You guys let me know your experiences. Should I transfer from an Ethernet cable? I have Wi-Fi here, but I'm also using the Ethernet cable through the wall or through the whatever the routers. Should I change to a 5G service? Will it get better or worse? What do you think? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the next couple minutes. No question, this was the first time I've caught you live. I just appreciate your honesty and how you get out of your comfort zone to do something like this. It's tougher than people realize. Yeah, dude. See, you're an empathetic human being, and you're amazing, and I appreciate you. Scroll Sessions, what's up, my good sir? Glad to see you, brother. Glad to see you. Nicole, are you my friend on TikTok? There's another Nicole that's friend of mine on TikTok. Or maybe are you on Facebook or Instagram? I'm trying to remember the names, but I know that name. What's up, Nicole? You said don't do it. All right. You don't want me to be like Nike and just do it. You want me to don't do it. All right. Did you have problems switching from Ethernet cable internet to 5G? Let me know. Brent, no worry. I'm back. Sorry, my dad's cousin. Brent, we're not an airport. You don't have to then announce your departure. But you're a kind human being, and you are taking your responsibilities amazingly as my moderator. All I can do is say thank you, Brent, for being so amazing. Thank you for your generosity every live stream, every once in a while. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, Brent. And you said just Twitter. Don't do it. Oh, you mean you're my friend just on Twitter? Twitter? Michael, are you also on Facebook or Instagram? I'd like to keep up with you more than just YouTube. Yes, I'm on Facebook, but I think I'm at 5,000 limit. I got to figure out. People are telling me that I got a waiting list on Facebook. It says like maybe 300 like invitations or people trying to be my friend on Facebook. I think I'm at 5,000 though, which is a blessing. My God, I can't believe it. But somebody was telling me that I can change my Facebook to like a celebrity profile where all these people can still be my friend, but will the interactions be as private as they are on Facebook? Or will I have to interact with these people like in a faraway manner? You know, like, oh, I'm a celebrity and you're just a follower. I don't know, man. I'm afraid to change my Facebook profile to like an actor or entity profile or celebrity profile because I don't know what functions I'm going to lose. But I do want everybody that's trying to be my friend, I want them to be my friend. I don't know. And my Facebook community is a really good one. I'm also on Instagram. That community is good. And I was private for a while, but that's kind of like a public one. And I don't do it on a lot. And I barely made a TikTok. Sorry, I'm itching all of a sudden. I barely made a TikTok, posted a couple of videos on there, AI stuff and little tweets here and there. I'm on Snapchat. I mean, I don't really know how to use it, but you need Snapchat so you can get all the naked pictures from people. I hate that, man. Somebody wants to tease you or make you feel special. They send you a video or a picture, and then you look at it, you're like, oh, yeah. Oh, this is awesome. I want you now. And then all of a sudden, it's gone. What happened? What happened to my masturbation material? What happened? Snapchat? Damn you, Snapchat. Damn you, straight to hell. But I guess that's what the platform is for. Then when you try to take pictures of it or record it, I tried to learn how to do that. Then it tells the people they are recording the video. They are taking a snapshot. Then they yell at you. Why did you do that? It was meant for your eyes only. I'm not sharing your photos or videos that you send me. It's for my collection. When it's the midnight and I'm listening to the midnight and I'm thinking of you at midnight. It's for me. I am not sharing with anybody. Well, I wanted you to have it just to tease you. Why are you being a tease? Why are you happy that it deletes? Because now I can ask you to pay for it next time. You want to see more? $25. Monetize. Monetize! Monetize sexuality is crazy, y'all. So I prefer to do my sexting on the phone with real photographs, not on these platforms that disappear. And then I'm on Twitter a little bit. That's a cesspool, though. Man, I deleted my Twitter. I had a really bad attack or something. I deleted my @HayBower Twitter, deleted the channel. Then somebody took it over. I had like 20,000, 28,000 maybe subscribers. Somebody took over that handle @HayBower. So I lost it. So now I have the @MichaelRayBower, but I can't get that handle back. I can't get back the 20-something, 7,000 or 8,000 followers. I think I'm at 3,000 now. It sucks that sometimes you build up a platform, then you have an anxiety attack or a panic attack or whatever the hell we deal with. Then we delete things, then it's gone. You're like, damn, I lost it all. I lost a bunch of possible, support and donations and money-making opportunities by deleting or having an attack. Live and learn. Live and learn. Brent, I have Snapchat, but I never used it once. I forgot I had it until you said Snapchat. Hopefully the naked pictures are of women, not men. I ain't gonna lie, the bear community and some gay men, they just absolutely adore me. They like me. I made a video a while back talking about indecent proposals I was getting through Venmo on another live stream. Go check it out. I think I wrote it in the title, Indecent Proposal. But yeah, they love me. But hey, I'm not into that community. And the only bears I want around me is the TV show or the movie, The Revenant. That's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, there's a lot of drama online with nude pictures and everything, where people get sued for, they call it revenge porn and prawn and all that other stuff, and it's a scary world. It's a scary world just to be horny and sexting or whatever nowadays. Everybody's going to record it. Everybody's going to videotape it. You just hope that they don't release it. But if they get mad at you, maybe they're that bad of a person and they want to expose you or whatever. It's a scary fucking world, especially for entertainers or actors or celebrities or people like that. And it's a very, very scary world. It's a very, very scary world to be in with that type of stuff. I'm sure one day, probably already happened, a lot of my bullshit will come out. I can't wait. Nah, I shouldn't say it that way, because then it'll happen quicker. But if it ever did happen and I was embattled or embroiled in some controversy, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm a transparent, honest human being. Michael, we found out you sent dick pictures to this person. What do you have to say about it? Are you mad that you let down your fans now that it's been released? I'm gonna throw a fucking press conference, and then I'm gonna get to the microphone, be like, yeah, well, Michael Bauer, why did you do that? Your fans are disappointed in you. Should you quit your job? Should your job fire you for nudity, exposing your sexting text or your pictures or whatever your fetishes are? How do you feel? How do you respond? Well, first off, thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for coming out to talk about my smaller penis. I appreciate that. It's not a micro. It's not. I'll prove it. Just walk in the room with me and I'll prove it. But thank you for coming out. And first off, I know you all want me to apologize as if I did something wrong. And you're asking the question why I did it. I was horny. And this person was online at the same time as me, and we've interacted. This person is of age. And I wanted to see her boobies. I like boobies. I like vajayjays. I like women in general. They're beautiful. They're lovely. I love looking at lips and eyes. Apparently, I have a lip and an eye fetish because it's so beautiful to me. So I'm being exposed and corrupted for being horny and doing something that's legal. And that's why I did it. And will I apologize? No. 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 Whatever they got going on in their life, if they have boyfriends or whatever that I didn't know about or whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to apologize for being horny and wanting to look at boobies. I'm not going to apologize. Whatever drama on their end is on their end. I'm single. I'm horny. I'm lonely. You were talking to me. I was talking to you. All that other shit. It ain't my problem. It ain't my problem. But I would never repost or use it against them. I would never do that. But not everybody's like me. All right, I'm getting tired. Answer a couple of more questions or whatever. We got the Tommy Jordan. Send me the link. Not today, brother. I'm tired. Maybe not even later. I'm trying to avoid that universe as best as possible. But hope you're well. MichaelRayBower. Nah. Brett, do you have a favorite music album? Mine would be Dangerous by Michael Jackson, but hard to pick just one. Man, I grew up listening to Sade a lot. Boys to Men, and a lot of soundtracks. Footloose, the greatest hits of Michael Jackson, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, 10. Oh, man. It's hard to pick just one. But I remember back in the days, you used to get 7 CDs or cassette tapes for a penny. Remember that service? Boy, I made up some fake shit, and I got so much music. Of course, I also went into debt with these companies, but man, I love that. If you ever feel like getting out of your comfort zone, I'm sorry, we're there, and being interviewed, I'd love to do so after seeing this stream tonight. I'll gladly pay you for your time. If not, no worries. Dude, that'd be awesome. I mean, I'd be on your podcast or do an interview. If you have a couple of bucks to send my way, I could definitely use it. Hit me up on email, social media, or whatever, and we can get that done. I definitely could use some extra funds, man. So if you would be honored of paying me to be a guest, I would be honored to do it. But we have to work within my health, my availability, and my bullshit. I am sassy and classy. I love Sade and Boyz II Men. Don't we all? And you're still online. Goodness. It's what, 3 hours long? My goodness. I am tired. Columbia House was the name. Columbia House was the name. Yeah, that thing was awesome. All right. We got a weird request. You should try a 24-hour donation stream. Man, I can't stay awake. First off, I can't stay awake 24 hours. I mean, I can, barely. But I can't do it live streaming and entertaining and talking and sitting down. I just can't. I can't. A lot of YouTubers do that. TikTok streamers and all that. And if I called it a donation stream, oof, does that mean I'm e-begging? A lot of people come after me for that. I don't know. But yeah. I appreciate that, but man, that doesn't seem plausible for me. I consider this a donation stream. I'm trying to entertain, tell stories, and asking for a few bucks in support. So, but again, thank you. MichaelRayBower is my Instagram. MichaelRayBower is my Twitter. MichaelRayBower is my Facebook. Just search Michael or DonkeyLips Fourth Wall on Google. I need to make a link tree. That's something I learned about recently. I should have a website. Apparently, I still have a website out there, but I don't know, man. I got to look into that again. HeyBower.com. Apparently, it's still online. But I need to make a link tree with all my links. You know, put all my Instagram, social medias, put my donation centers, my portals, my merchandise store. I need to make a link tree. So I'll do that very, very soon. Hey, your internet keeps going out. I'm sorry about that. That sucks. The MichaelRayBower telethon. Dude, that'd be awesome. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to be plucked in there as the needy, children or the people that suffer in the world by having a telethon in the vein of the old ass telethons from back in the days, the Jerry Lee Lewis telethon. But I used to love watching those. But boy, that'd be awesome to have entertainers. Hey, we're here to help MichaelRayBower go to the concert of the midnight. We're here to help MichaelRayBower get an extra $100 to pay his internet bill. It's the MichaelRayBower 24-hour telethon. We're here to get MichaelRayBower $1,500 to pay his dues to become an actor again, officially through the Screen Actors Guild. And then we'd have on entertainers. All right, next up is Mario Lopez. Next up is Kevin Smith. Next up is Sabrina Carpenter. These are famous people that I kind of know that are in my life a little bit. Would they do this? No, they won't even do my podcast. So why would they do the MichaelRayBower telethon? Oh my God, it's hilarious, dude. It makes me. All right. We're going to leave it with these words from Eric. Love you guys, Brent. Love everybody who's online. He said, thank you, Michael. You're loved and appreciated. Have a good rest of your night. I hope you guys enjoyed today's hangout, whatever I talked about. And go watch some of my videos for members only right now. I think they're kind of interesting and funny. A little bit clickbaity, but it's truthfulness. And I'm starting to do some adventures, filming locations and other things. Stay tuned to the channel for more. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. And what is today? Tuesday. Look for me to come back on Thursday or Friday with another live stream. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Good night. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. Thank you guys for hanging out. And guess what? I love you. I'm out.